Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy. The dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
This police unit is trying to box him in, but instead he just crashes into the tree, and away he goes. But let me widen out. I don't know how far this will take him. Yeah, he's basically cornered. Wow, look at this. Off the road and onto the freeway. Oh my gosh. So he is on the freeway, going wrong side of the road here on the 91 freeway, going eastbound in the westbound lane. This car is smoking. I pray to God that the vehicles that are coming in his direction see this car coming at them and they're able to stop before we see a collision.
All right, that's one soundbite that does much better if you get to watch the video. But I like just listening to the soundbite itself. Welcome back. This is the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Hope you had a great lunch. We are back for part 2 of the Shelby Nealy sentencing hearing, which looks a lot like a trial, has a jury, but he's already admitted guilt. And we're going to hear him admit guilt again this afternoon as we listen to his confession to police detectives after his arrest. So, crazy. I have to say, welcome Greeners. He's not in chat. At least I can't find him anywhere. Greeners, where are you at? He was first in chat, and I think he was first. Oh, here he is. He's there. Greeners, congratulations. The internet is yours. You announced that you had won earlier before I'd even had a chance to check. Thank you for that. Sugar Baby, shout out from UK. Shout out to UK. It's been many a year since I've been over there. I miss it. And I need to just ride the tube. Ride the underground, mind the gap and all. Greeners, I may need to submit complaints about internets. Okay, that's the right department. Greeners, go ahead and post your personal phone number and email for everyone. That would be great. Or I can give it out if you'd prefer. Just kidding. The complaints computer is offline today. How convenient. How very convenient. All right, we are coming back to the trial where Mr. Nealy is engrossed in reading his own book. No, it's not a rap sheet he's reading. He is reading a book he wrote while in prison. Now realize this crime we're talking about, this crime was committed the end of 2018, December. Wasn't found until like New Year's Day of 2019. Way back when, and you're like trying to understand why are we just coming to trial now? Well, when he was arrested, and we're going to hear this, he confessed to his wife's murder as well, and that was some 10 months before. He was tried and convicted of manslaughter in his wife's murder. Then, and she was killed the same way, with a hammer. Then he's been serving time for that case, for that conviction. He's serving like a 30-year sentence or something. While he's been waiting, and because he's already in custody, he had waived his right to a speedy trial. They took their time bringing this one around. So they finally bring this case around. We're finally getting to it now, and many years later, some 8 years later, we're in trial here, and now this is his death penalty trial. So, Sugar Baby, welcome to the gallery. Thank you very much for the membership. That helps support the channel, makes what we do possible. Does Greeners have to come troubleshoot my Wi-Fi? Does that fall under the internet? Yes, but he does it remotely, Jamestown. He says he's good at it. Just give it a try. Give him a call. You should be able to fix it. I'm looking forward to him trying to offer up the bang cases to the detective. Look, I'll let you keep a whole flat of the pina colada ones. Let's see, except in his interrogation video, he said that he strangled her and then buried her in the backyard. Yeah, little details. Just send me your remote login. Just post it here in chat, right, Greeners? Info, and I'll take care of it. Nice. Scams all around. All right. Welcome one and all. We're going to get started here in just a minute. How was everyone's lunch? I had stir-fried rice. It was delicious. Thanks for asking. Also had an egg roll. both microwaved. James says it's admin. The password is 1234. Got it. Okay. Same as you have the same model as mine because mine's the same. No, just kidding. Mine is different. Login admin. Password is just password, lowercase. So now you know. All right. Greeners, can you get them to take me to surgery faster? If you could just do a quick modification of the emergency center, computers, that would be great. All right, both are microwaved. Allie, we have a freezer full of food. It's that point where all the yummy food we've ate already. It's been consumed. We're down to a gallon of milk in the fridge, which should be enough because I've got 2 boys who are going out deep sea fishing and camping for a week tomorrow morning. By the way, he took the Dramamine. He took the pill. He's above the minimum age. We read the instructions. He's all right. He's feeling great. I asked him if he's seasick right now. He said no, so it must be working. But they're going to be the older one went out. I went out with them last time we did this, okay? I went out and the 2 of them came with. The younger one got probably sick the soonest and slept the longest. I felt miserable, but I was well enough that I could actually film myself experiencing the low lights of the trip. I did that. And then my oldest one is like, what are you guys doing? It's fine. There's no problem. Never got seasick. I'm hoping, with my fingers crossed, and I'm not a bad parent for doing this, I'm hoping he gets to experience seasickness a little bit this time. So, motion sickness glasses. I've got to check this out. I thought you were joking when I saw this before. I might have to invest with this in our car. Does it work in the car? Does it work for driving? Okay. This is weird. Holy cow. This is ingenious. Okay, let me describe it for you. Gather around the computer and let me talk to you as if we're doing old time radio. Okay, so you've got your glasses, right? And they look something like this is actually a very good rendition of what they look like. But imagine this part right here over the eyes are tubes like straws, and they fill them half full of colored liquid. And so all around your eyes, you've got this little sloshy liquid, which, liquid heavier than the air goes to the bottom. Okay, sorry. I'd be the worst old-time radio announcer ever. Yeah, I'm sure someone did. I heard the click, 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 click of the screenshots happening. But what it does, okay, the reason we get seasick, or the reason I got seasick, is I couldn't tell what was level. Okay, I knew which direction was up because that's the sky. Water's on the bottom. That's fine. But everything's like in motion. You're constantly like in 3D. You're rocking sideways and forward to back. I couldn't tell where flat was. And this shows where flat is because it always is going down. This is amazing. It's amazing. It's like you could always see in your peripheral, you can always see like a horizon line. Gives you a point of reference. Apple has motion sensor dots on screen option as well if you're in the car using your phone. Serious? All these years, I've bought everything Apple ever produced, and I didn't know it had that. Does it work for driver? I probably shouldn't be looking at my phone while I'm driving. All right. Greatest like link. Yes, I'll give you a link. Just 1 second. I'm going to get the pair that I'm going to show you the pair that I would get. So weird. I don't understand how they work on the side part. But I'll give you a link really quickly. Let's go to the YouTubes. View my channel. There we are. That's crazy. Okay, I posted it right there. I even spelled everything right. Motion sickness glasses. They work great. The glasses are goofy. Oh, yeah, I'm sure, in a group of my peers, I would be mocked endlessly wearing these. That's crazy. It might be less embarrassing to barf. I can tell you it's probably less fun to not wear them. Man. Ginger gum or candy. So they're a great way to pick up a man. Just ask for a friend. Well, the men will be on the floor throwing up because they're like, I'm not wearing those silly things. So pick them up all you want at your own risk. I'd rather look goofy than seasick. Yeah, I'm with you. I hope the Dramamine works for my younger son because he really didn't get to catch fish. And I think he would have loved to catch a shark or something, which we did. Somebody on the boat. The other boy who didn't get sick because there were 2 out of like the 30 of us. He caught like a 9-foot lemon shark or something. I don't know what it was. It was huge. They wouldn't let us reel it all the way up. They cut it off in the water. Why does it have the loop at the side? I've got to think that's like peripheral. Like you can see a little bit. Like it's got to be that. Don't get motion sick unless I get on a ride that spins. I don't do that. I just know I don't. Last time I got on a ride that spun, let's see. My high school trip to Lagoon. So post graduation trip to Lagoon. No, I think it was my senior year. I went to Lagoon, which is basically like a mini Disneyland on the Wasatch Front. And I rode. There's some little flying. It's like a carousel merry-go-round thing, but you're in little airplane things that hang from chains, and it just spins around, and you go out a little bit. And you have like a wing you can control that will push you either close to the pole or away from the pole so you can sort of sway back and forth. I had just donated blood right before I went there. Had not had anything to eat. And somehow I thought this will be the ride for me as a high school senior. I get on that thing and I'm like losing consciousness. I'm like, I cannot stand up. I'm just like, stop the ride. I want to get off. I'm trying to like lay down on the floor of the thing and like make it as little motion as possible, which actually means you're right near the center. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. Get the bands, less embarrassing than they work. I might get him the bands as well. Features chart on that link says no side effects. It does. No side effects. I like the purple. I do. Okay, we're coming back. Coming back, everybody. Pay attention now. Court is in session. Investigators just chatting it up with the jury. No, just kidding. That's the defense. The witness and the defense. Why are they talking right now? Why would the witness be just like hamming it up with the defense attorney? It was funny, whatever it was. Just by everything, something should work. Debbie, thank you. I'll take a look at the bands. You said Walgreens has it? Okay. Amazon has them. I need them by tomorrow morning, so they have to be. You just put this around your neck? Oh, wrist, not neck. Maybe I'll wear one when I fly out next week. I've never been air sick, but you know, there's a first time for everything. Dramamine works. We're doing the Dramamine already. Just waiting for the defendant, who should be along any day now. Comes in. Our camera has been bumped. We're no longer level. We are leaning to the right a little bit, which my right is your left, so it looks like that. Hey, down here. Come on down. Okay. He's like, just one more chapter of the book. He can't bring the book in. Oh, Judge comes in. That's good. Awesome. Judge is here. That's an important person before we begin. Please, cameraman, you can see that we're crooked, right? What this means, if we pan and turn and it becomes level, it means the tripod itself is out of balance, and they didn't level the tripod before they leveled the camera. Oh, hands behind the back. Walk as if you're handcuffed. Everyone pretend. Saves us a little time. Okay, click, click, unhandcuffed. You're now free. There you go. Thank you. All right. We ready?
Almost. Okay. I think almost all of them are coming out, but there might have been some that are staying in that you didn't want, but not many. All right. So are we ready? All right. Everyone's here, including the defendant. So let's go ahead and bring them in.
I love that he doesn't get the high back comfy chair. He does have the low back chair. I wouldn't say those are particularly comfy, though. Extremely thin on the back. Barely support anything. I think we do have Mazda. Yes, we've got Mazda back. He's our bouncy bailiff.
Yeah.
Can't get the collar just right. There's bouncy bailiff. I can see the bailiff has a RFID type key tag on his keychain. A fob. Convicting him. I see that. All right. We're just waiting for the jury to take a minute to get here right after lunch. Give them a minute to walk down the hall and be seated, and we'll begin. Can pick up where we left off, which was testimony from the detective who led this investigation. I think we're getting to the part where we hear about the interrogation, the interview that he took part in after he was arrested, where he tells most, not tells all, but tells most of what happened.
Welcome back, members of the jury. Any issues while you were at lunch? No? Very good.
Yes, my fries were
State,
cold.
you may continue.
Thank you, Judge. Detective Anderson, we talked about a lot of things. Now I want to turn your attention to
Come on, fix the
January
camera,
3rd,
please.
2019. You said you traveled to Ohio. Did you get there early morning hours of 2014?
We landed late night on the 3rd, and I arrived at the Lakewood Police Department early morning hours of the next day, yes.
Okay. Once you arrived, is that pretty much your first priority was to go and make contact with the defendant?
Yes.
And we've been talking about Shelby Nealy a whole bunch here. Do you see him here in the courtroom?
I do.
Could you please point him out and identify something he's wearing?
Gentleman on the far right with a sweater with his hands crossed up by his mouth.
And Judge, may the record reflect the witnesses indicated the
Got
defendant.
his hands up by that sorry excuse of a mustache.
And we've been referring to him in a bunch of
I have one
surveillance
of those, too.
videos, and we'll continue to refer to him in videos. But does he look a little bit different today than he did back when you met him on January 4th?
He does.
2019?
Yes.
Okay.
If they don't fix it, I'm going to have to put a book under one end of my TV because this is just
January
too crooked
4th,
to leave.
Early morning hours. Was it your intent to try and make contact with the defendant?
Yes.
Now, you made some reference before to having some training and experience doing interviews. What sort of training do you have in interview techniques?
The investigative interview class I took in 2006. I also have multiple certifications for forensic interviewing, mainly with children, but it also applies to adults.
And what is the value of having some training in interviewing techniques?
Basically, they show you different skill sets, different ways to approach different people. I personally try to find some kind of common ground between the person I'm talking to, something that we have in common or something that makes us relatable to each other, that they feel like they can talk to me and they want to open up, and I try to almost make it feel like we're buddies.
Okay. And were you trying to get as much information, just general stuff about the defendant as you could from officers with the Lakewood Police Department that dealt with him, or any other source that you could as you were traveling and as you got to the Lakewood Police Department?
Yes.
And based on all that, did you and Detective Scarpati discuss strategy in interviewing this defendant?
Oh, we did.
And what was kind of your strategy going in?
We talked on the plane ride extensively on the way there, and the decision was made that I would interview him.
Okay. And you feel like you interviewing him one-on-one would potentially produce better results?
We both agreed, yes, that it would.
Okay. So sitting down with the defendant, did he agree to talk to you?
He did.
And did you provide him with his Miranda warnings?
I did.
Did you do that in the form of a printed sheet of paper?
I did.
And Judge, approaching the witness of what's been marked as State Exhibit 271. You recognize that?
I do.
And is that a copy of the Miranda warnings that you showed to this defendant back on January 4th, 2019?
It is.
And did he initial different places or sign it?
He did. He initialed in 2 places, and then he signed full signature in cursive with the date underneath it.
And you wanted to make sure that he knew that what his rights were, and that he could talk to you if he wanted to, but he didn't have to?
Correct.
Judge, at this time, say like move States 271 into evidence.
Any objection? All right, it's admitted.
So over the course of interviewing this defendant, were you nice to him?
Yes.
Were you friendly?
Yes.
Were you doing different things relating to him, minimizing certain things in order to get better responses or potentially better responses?
Absolutely. So when talking to the person, the first thing I knew we had in common before I even got there was we both drank Bang energy drinks. So I actually stopped at several stores on the way to the interview to an attempt to purchase Bang energy drinks, because I wanted to walk in and show him that Bang energy drink, and he'd have, hey, we've got common ground, we both like Bang energy drinks. Something small, but it gets your foot in the door, and then throughout that you can build a rapport, start talking conversation, and basically work your way from there, just building rapport with the person.
So
Had
did
you
you
been able
bang?
to find Bang energy drinks before you got there?
No, I could not.
Okay. Did you find a substitute?
No bang.
Yeah, I had to settle for Red Bull.
Okay.
Red Bull's like, hey.
And additionally, are there a bunch of things that you sympathize with him about, or talk to him about over the course of this interview and a subsequent interview that was all for purpose of trying to relate to him and trying to get him to make statements to you?
Correct. Your main goal is to keep that person talking, and usually the more serious the crime, the harder it is for that person to convey to you what they've done, because they don't want you to look at them a certain way. And if you show like a certain level of understanding or agreement with what they're saying, they're more apt to keep talking to you and tell you what has occurred.
Okay. And the interview, let's talk, the first interview you did with the defendant, was it audio and videotaped?
It was.
And can you give us a general idea of what he said?
Started off, I wanted to start with his childhood, and we started at his childhood, and pretty much right out of the gate, he said, we all know why you're here for what I did.
Okay. And did he confess to killing Jamie Ivancic?
He did.
Did he also confess to killing Richard Ivancic, Laura Ivancic, and Nicholas Ivancic?
He did.
And did he, over the course of the interview, give you details about where and how he did that?
Yes, he did.
And would you be able to describe for us, using State's Exhibit 16, kind of where he described those things happen?
Yes, sir.
And Judge, may the witness step down?
You may step down.
Could just briefly acquaint us with the layout again.
So this is the carport. This would be where Nicholas's blue van, one that was owned by Richard, was located. This is the outdoor patio area. This was a shed. Walk up 3 or 4 steps. This is like an outdoor floor room. Either where the sliding glass doors were, you make entry into the home. This is the area where the tan leather couch was with the blood staining on it. Continue this way. This is the kitchen. And when you come down, this would be the first room where the tarp was laid out with the rope that kind of went out into here. This is the living room where the love seat that was highlighted earlier with the children sitting on it. This is where the dark brown leather sofa with the paint drop was against this wall. The front door is approximately right here. You can see the steps. Go down the hall. First one on the left is the laundry room. Second door would be the bathroom. First door on the right would be the bedroom we refer to as the no-body room. That's where the kids and him were staying. The second room to the right would be the room where Nicholas Ivancic was found. And then the last room would be the master bedroom. Just inside that doorway, Richard was found approximately here with his head facing the door on his back. Coming into the master bathroom is where Laura was found, approximately right there. And then the street would be right here.
Okay, and can you describe for the jury how he laid out where he claimed that he killed these different people?
So during the interview, Shelby advises that everyone is gone from the house. Nick is at work, and Laura is out shopping. So he's at home with Rich, and he knows that's when he can get Rich. So Rich is somewhere in this area in the kitchen. He comes up and kills him in the kitchen.
Okay, can you describe how he did it?
Yes, he hits him with a hammer numerous times. He falls to the ground. He then thinks it's over with, but then he either hears breathing or gurgling. So he goes back over and attacks Mr. Ivancic again until he knows he's deceased.
Okay, then what did he describe he did until Laura returned? So
Mr. Ivancic is here on the floor, and he waits for Mrs. Ivancic to come home from shopping. He advises that she comes in through the front door, which would be here. She walks in, and as she's approaching the kitchen side entry, so she hasn't seen her husband. Obviously, she hasn't seen her dead, and no reaction. When she gets almost to the doorway, he comes up behind her, hits her in the head, and attacks her, killing her, and she falls somewhere in this vicinity of that room with the tarp. And I believe he said it was stabbed because she was carrying a cup of coffee.
Okay. And Nicholas Ivancic, how did you describe what happened with Nicholas Ivancic?
So Nick is still at work, so in the interim, he takes Laura and puts her into on an area rug. He then drags her from this area down the hallway, through the master bedroom and into the master bathroom, leaves her on a rug, then goes back out, puts Richard on another area rug, drags him. He doesn't say which way he goes. I'm presuming this way because it's the path of least resistance. Goes down, back down the hallway, puts him in the bedroom, closes the doors, He then proceeds to do mopping and cleaning before Nicholas gets home. Nicholas arrives home sometime later that evening. He advised that they hang out, they smoke together, and they ate, and they watched The Grinch. And at some point in time, Nicholas falls asleep, and Shelby advised he tiptoed over to Nicholas after retrieving the hammer and proceeded to bash him in the skull until he killed him.
Okay. And did you tell me anything about moving the furniture around? And what couch Nick supposed to have been on?
Nick would have been on the tan cloth couch when he was killed. After he killed Nick, he drugged him into Nick's bedroom, and he put the tarp over him, and then closed the door. This couch was then moved over to this opening. I think you described how I described to you in the beginning how the couch seemed out of place because it was blocking the doorway. So he had taken the bloodstained couch and moved it into that room, blocking the door. And then he took the curio cabinet and put it there. And then moved the brown dark leather couch. It's unknown where it was located, but my guess during the absence of furniture being in this room, that it may have been in that empty room where there was no furniture, was then moved over against the wall.
Okay. So I think you're good with this. So you can resume your seat. I'm showing you State's Exhibit 272. You recognize that?
I do.
And what is it?
The first interview and my initials.
Okay. Judge, at this time, State would like to move State's 272 into evidence.
All right,
And
objection
publish?
besides what was previously noted. All right. So it's admitted. All right, yeah, I have it here.
Okay.
All right, members of the jury, you are about to view and listen to a video recording. The court instructs you that the recording has been edited to eliminate irrelevant portions that would not add to your understanding of the case. The fact that the recording has been edited should not concern you in any way and must not impact the way you view and listen to and consider this evidence. You may publish the video.
This. Now getting to the interrogation video, first of two tapes we're going to watch. I believe they're 2 hours long. Sorry, family's calling about family reunion next week, trying to sort out some details. He's all ready to watch. He's like... See how well this is edited. Is that him sitting there waiting? Can't be him.
The person we can see in the video, that's you?
Yes.
Paused it again.
How you doing, Shelby? Detective Anderson,
They got him in a painter's outfit, which means they've taken his clothes for evidence.
we got? Get some coffee. I understand you wanted to talk to me.
Yeah. Well, I thought we'd get this done in the morning.
I got you this bang. No, you couldn't get a bang. No bangs.
Cold? Yeah, some coffee. I heard you wanted some coffee, so we got you some coffee.
Appreciate it.
I understand you wanted to talk to me.
Yeah. Well, I thought we were going to get this done in the morning and everything.
Would you prefer to talk in the morning? I'm here to, I want to talk to you as soon as possible. I came a long way to talk to you.
Yeah. How late are you here till in the morning?
Well, I'd rather do it now. I traveled a long way in a short amount of time.
Yeah, no, man.
Okay. All right.
I apologize.
That's okay. Hey, like I said, I'm here to listen to you. I want to hear everything you have to say. I don't care if it takes all night.
Do you
Okay?
think I could possibly get a blanket though?
I can
do. I hate to ask. I just had bad PTSD with my whole blanket right now.
Yeah, sure. All right, they're going to get you one. All right.
I'm sorry. Just PTSD, coldness.
PTSD with coldness?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was homeless for like half a year in the winter of 2015 and 2014.
I was homeless for half a winter.
Up here,
Okay. What's that supposed to be? Okay. All right. Before we start talking, just one formality. I have to give you this form. Can you read and write? How far did you go in school?
To
11th grade, so you can read and write.
Yeah.
English language, you have no issues. You don't need any assistance. You don't need anybody to read it for you. Okay. What I need you to do for me is print your full name. And I need you to read questions 1 through 5. When you get to question 6, initial yes or no. Question 7, read it, initial yes or no. Then your full signature and today's date at the bottom when you're done. Okay?
I don't have to read it out loud, do I?
No, unless you have a question.
Whoa.
Hopefully the coffee.
You
will
didn't
warm
read
up
it to
and
him?
the blanket.
Sorry.
He just immediately started signing.
I got off the plane and I said, oh my goodness, it is freezing.
You came up from Florida?
Yes.
So does that mean I'll be riding with you when we go down?
No.
No.
Will I be riding with you
It is
when we go
the
down?
4th.
He expects to be taken to
Bottom.
Florida.
Did you give that to Mr. Patty? Okay. All right, well, the floor is open to you, Shelby. I want to hear, like I said, I traveled a long way to talk to you. I want to know everything and anything that you want to tell me about whatever you want to talk about. Okay, and when we get done with that, if I have questions, I'll ask you some questions. That sound fair?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Where do you want to start?
Well, we're not going bullshit. We know why you're here. It's for the 3 deaths and everything.
Okay.
Correct? Okay, well, obviously I did it.
Obviously, I did it. Hang on.
I'm trying to think of where to begin this long story.
Do you want me to ask you a question to get you started?
I mean,
Or do you want to just think about it and you can start wherever you want?
I mean, the story kind of like, because I know your questions are basically like, why the fuck did this happen for obvious reasons? I mean, why don't you start with questions and I'll just make my way into the story in a second. So
Okay. Well, I want to start way back.
Way back?
Childhood. How was your childhood?
Oh, we won't go there. It was a good, man.
Mom and dad both there? Single mom, single dad?
My birth father, he was in Texas my whole childhood. But, I had a stepdad and he took care of me and I considered him my dad.
Okay.
And everything. I would say I had a relatively good childhood. Really started going downhill when my father killed himself. My birth father.
Okay.
How
old were you when that happened?
I was 17. It was the day after my 17th birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's terrible. So every time you think of your birthday, you think of that probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not easy.
Yeah. So I don't really celebrate all like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, my childhood was good. I had my kids taken care of. Like, my mom picked them up and everything.
I can ask. I believe they were with the child protection people, but usually I was on a plane, so I can't say exactly where they are. When we're done, I'll find out exactly what you want to know, and we'll speak to the officers that are from this area, and we can better inform you of exactly their location.
Okay.
Okay.
Last time I checked, my mom was on her way.
Okay. She may have.
Yeah.
Like I said, I literally, Shelby, I got off the plane and I came straight here.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry about this. You know, I didn't want to do any of this shit, man. To be honest with you. I mean, but continue with your question.
okay. So your dad passes away, and then you're with your mom and your stepdad.
Yes.
Okay. How was it growing up? I mean, good.
I mean,
you said it was relatively good childhood.
Yeah, childhood was good. I didn't run into problems until literally my early adult life, like literally as soon as I turned 18.
So when you were a kid, how were you disciplined? There was no like physical abuse, mental abuse?
No. I mean, I would get disciplined like any other kid. I was bad,
Well, everybody has different.
Get ground from my stuff, get my stuff taken away, but I wasn't the easiest of children to deal with either.
Like getting into mischief, or?
Yeah, I was very mischievous and rebellious growing up. I also got prescribed ADHD. I just think the rebellion came from like strict rules and everything, like a normal child.
Right. You just didn't like the rules?
Yeah. So I would just break them.
Well, kids go through that.
Yeah. My I don't know if I'm psychotic or not, but my psychosis didn't really start taking effect until I was like starting to go through stuff.
My psychosis?
Early adult life, I turned 18. I moved out of my parents' house. I'm still in school. I'm smoking weed and all this shit. I knocked out the girl, and then just somewhere down the lines, I dropped out of school. We married, and shit was just. I think I just had too much going on my plate back then.
That's a lot for a young man to handle.
I just was still dealing with my dad's death and everything, so I started lashing out and hitting her and everything, and the marriage ended.
What was her name?
Her name was Caitlin.
Caitlin?
Yeah,
Okay.
but we're on good, just because all that stuff happened back in the past, we're on very good terms now.
Did she have the child?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old is that child?
She is 6.
And what's her name?
Mackenzie.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So go ahead. Can you interrupt you?
So I went to jail for domestic violence for like a couple of days, and that was a real, I would say a wake-up call, but then it really wasn't, because I started doing criminal stuff, because then I went homeless shortly after that, so I started going into Giant Eagle and stealing my food and everything, and then I would go to jail for that. So really, 18 and 19 were my jail days, honestly. I was doing not super bad stuff, but not.
Were you doing stuff to survive?
Yeah.
Or were you doing it just because you were bad?
No, I was doing stuff to survive,
right.
Stealing food. Occasionally I would steal fun stuff. Because I was homeless and I wanted to have some type of fun. Because I had a DVD player that I carried and everything, so I would steal some DVDs.
Right. Let me ask you on the homeless part. You said your mom was good, you had a stepdad that cared for you.
Yes.
You were homeless by choice, you didn't want to live by rules?
Oh, no.
Or this was after the girlfriend and the baby?
This was after the girlfriend, the baby, the jail. So at this point, my parents don't really see a good person at this point.
Okay, I got you.
They're not really trying to have that around, under their roof and everything, which is completely understandable. At that point, their son's a teenager, their other son is a teenager. I was smoking weed and all that stuff. It wasn't an influence they needed. But that homelessness definitely fucked me up a little bit.
Okay.
I could definitely tell I got PTSD from it.
So how long were you homeless? Approximately?
6 months.
6 months. And what changed?
When I met my second wife, which is their mother.
Jamie?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you meet Jamie?
I was a manager at Burger King by this point. Her brother was my employee.
And where is this at? What city and state?
This is Ohio. This is actually up here.
Okay.
Before we all moved down here.
Okay.
Ohio.
What city in Ohio?
Parma.
Parma, okay.
I went home with him one night and to smoke weed, and she was just sitting there in the garage, and we just sort of just hit it off from there.
Okay. So, and like approximately when was that? Like what month, week, year? Do you remember?
I can tell you it was 2015. Oh, when I met their mom. Actually, that should be.
Yeah, when you met Jamie. Doesn't have to be exact, just approximately.
I want to say around April 2015.
April 2015.
Yes.
Okay. And then, was it like, was it love at first sight thing?
Yeah, it was very quick.
Hot and heavy quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then me, her, and her brother moved down to Florida and shit. And I started dating her and living with her. That's when shit really started getting bad. Everything was cool at first. Occasionally we would argue, and she would smack me here and there. And I was like, it's whatever. It's a woman. They lose control of their emotions. And by this point, of course, this is after the whole domestic violence bullshit. I'm really not trying to hit a woman and all that shit. So, unfortunately, their daughter was very, how do I put it, disrespectful towards rules when living under. Can I get some water? I'm sorry.
Get some water.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
I'm just trying to explain that whole stuff.
No, like I said, if you need, we got time. I got all the time in the world. Great.
At least we're not working with that stupid attorney that's going to stop every 2 seconds.
At least I don't have a stupid attorney that's going to stop me every 2 seconds.
I wanted to be cooperative as possible when it came to this.
So he's getting your water. So when you moved from Ohio, is it just you, Nicholas, and Jamie? The three of you moved down?
Yeah. Well, we actually, she was actually cheating on me with her fiance. And he moved down there, but then he moved back up. But that's besides the point.
Edited. Well, seriously, you just inserted black? Please tell me that's not what you did. Oh my goodness. You just inserted black over the top to silence it? Yes, she was cheating on me with her fiance. Here we go. You've paused it now, genius. Now we have no sound. I thought you fixed this. We're about to get an objection from the defense. Black again. I don't know what Timu school of editing they went to, but this is terrible.
I'm not sure what happened, but the system isn't working anymore.
It's broken. You broke it. You edited out all the audio. Last week, the two sides fought over this editing of this exact video. Prosecution. Oh, you had muted it. Nice.
Okay. But yeah, we're down there.
Where were you guys living in Florida?
West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach, okay. Way down south.
Yeah.
And how did you guys pick that area?
Their dad was living down there.
Okay.
Way before any of them. Because the mom and him had gotten into it.
Mm-hmm.
They were arguing a lot due to Jamie. And so, basically he just moved down south. As crazy as that is, I never heard of that.
Yeah. So when it comes to you and Jamie, like how do you think you're doing as a dad?
How do I think I'm doing as a dad?
Yeah.
I think I did pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about
Father of the year.
Jamie as a mother? How do you think she is? How do you think she does?
She did not do good.
Can you give me some examples of why she didn't do good?
Well,
They don't know she's dead.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, she's not alive anymore because of what she tried to do. We're going to get into that.
Okay.
You know, I do apologize. When I first started the conversation, it was kind of hard for me to like piece together how to like tell you that, but you know, we're at a good point where she passed away. There was we'll get into this incident, but there was an incident down in Florida where she had an extreme case of psychosis, and I'm sure you can look up all her records and stuff. I'm sure you've seen that she's attacked her parents in the past and all that good shit. She would get into a mode that she just could not control. When I tell you, it would literally be like looking into the eyes of a demon. It literally was. So she came at my daughter with a knife after she had like got done severely beating me. And there are scars on my body and shit, you know. And I'm not giving myself an excuse, man. I'm just telling you the reason as to why shit happened. But when you come at my daughter with a knife, you know, I had to stop you.
Right.
And unfortunately, I went too far. I choked her out, and then when the blood started coming out of her nose, I stopped. But
It was too late.
it was too late.
And where was that at?
This was at a house. This was the last house that we had down in Florida, and this was about a year ago.
So she's been deceased for a year?
Yes.
Okay, was that in West Palm?
No, this was in close to Tarpon Springs. Newport Richey.
Newport Richey.
Pasco.
Do you remember the address?
Dude. And I know it's Norwood Avenue.
Okay.
As for the exact number, I do not.
Okay. Do you remember?
I could point out the house to you.
Okay. Do you remember the color of the house?
Yes, it was white.
White house?
It was, you turn on the road, it was the third or the fourth house on the left.
Okay.
It'll be a driveway where it's a strange driveway where like does that and turns around and
Okay, so it's like a half moon driveway.
Yes.
White house. Remember the trim? Was there like any trim, shutter trim, or paint trim?
I think it was like a blue shutter trim.
Okay.
Like I said, I could point out the house if need be.
So you choke her out, you see blood, you let off of her boot. She's already deceased.
Yes.
Where is she now?
I buried her in that backyard.
She's in the backyard of that home.
Yes, buried.
Okay. In the backyard, if I gave you a piece of paper and you could just like draw a rough map, could you draw like a rough map of where she would be in the backyard?
I can point it out to you.
Okay.
Just because I don't know how long it's, you know, I haven't gone there and visited or anything.
Okay.
Grass.
Right. Just what I was going to say was like, Shelby, if you could do like, we'll just draw, like have you draw like a square representing the house and then a backyard and then like a rough estimate of where you remember it being.
Yeah. Just want to help you guys at this point, man. All right. So, house.
drawing a map of where he buried her.
You need to get the whole piece of paper. Yeah, I just suck at drawing. Yeah, so what? Mine draw stick figures, so.
Alright, so say this is like a little deck that you walk in on.
Okay.
You turn immediately right and like walk 5 steps out, and she should be buried right there.
Okay. Now, listen, I'm just going to do some writing on here, okay?
Go ahead.
So, and you tell me if I'm wrong at any time, okay? So this is Norwood Avenue.
Yes.
Correct? This is the front?
Yes.
Front house. Okay. And there's some kind of a wooden deck up the back?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to draw an arrow, wooden deck. And then
to the right.
5 paces to the right?
To the right. Outside of the deck, yes.
Okay. Now you may not remember. Do you remember how deep it was?
It's way deeper than that stupid hole I dug out earlier.
Deeper than the one you dug at the other house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Way deeper. Probably like double that.
So 5 feet estimate? 5 feet? Okay. Okay. Did anybody ever ask you where she was?
Oh yeah, I mean, I lied.
Well, obviously you're gonna lie, you know, something like that has happened, but like, who asks you where she is? Like, doesn't Nick go, hey, where's my sister? Or her parents call you, or?
Yeah, and thankfully, I knew her so well, I knew how to act like her. It was weird, man, you know, they never talked to her over the phone or anything. I would just act like her. I was on text message and everything, you know. Sometimes I act angry at the parents and all this stuff, but dude, I would just feel bad. So I would like send them pictures and everything of the kids because like they were persistent. And of course, you know, everybody else, you know, because I left for it immediately.
After that?
Yeah.
Let me, and I don't think I asked this. Approximately, what was the date that this occurred?
It literally happened around the year last year ago. Like,
approximately a year ago?
Like literally the beginning of 2018, like this, like January.
January of 2018?
Yes, like I was gone by the end of 2018. Or not, by the end of January, I'm sorry.
So do you remember the beginning of January? End of January?
It was definitely middle of January.
Middle of January of 2018 on Norwood Avenue in Newport Richie?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so let's fast forward. Is there anything else that you want to discuss about that incident? Do you think some important, or do you want to get off your chest?
Well, no, I mean, this is the type of shit she did to me. She,
what was that from? Fingernails, a knife, or?
This was a knife. This was a hammer.
Is that the mark right here?
Yeah.
Did you ever call the police on her?
The police were called on her multiple times
in Newport Richie? Or where?
In just in Florida and Ohio, and like, but I was just under her control, man. Like, I know I come across as the evil one, and quite honestly, I am. You know, I'm a monster for the shit I did. But unfortunately, there's a reason for the shit that I did. She would go in jail. Her parents would lie for her. She would come out. She would go into the psych ward. Her parents would lie for her. She would come out. I would lie for her because I was under her control.
Now, when you say she was like the psychosis that you described, was she seeing a doctor or a psychologist?
She refused to.
Refused to? Was she on any meds?
She refused to be on any meds.
So
she thought that she didn't need any help.
During the duration that you knew her, she never was a doctor that you knew for her.
We tried to get her there, but she just did not like what the doctors had to say. And so she'd be like, I'm not going there anymore. It was, every day my kids saw a woman beating on their dad, and I just didn't want that life for them.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I didn't ask you. And when this occurred, when you choked her and she passed away, what room of the house are you in?
What room of the house?
Yeah, where were you in the house when it happened?
Living room.
The living room? Yeah. Okay. And you said that she was coming at your daughter, Bella, correct? Mm-hmm. And she had what did she have?
She had the fucking butcher knife.
Butcher knife? So you're saying it was like raised up? Like
no, dude, she was coming at her. You don't understand when she gets into those modes. I've seen her mom get in front of her, and she smacked her mom like it was nothing. Mm-hmm. Like, she had schizophrenia, bipolar, and...
Undiagnosed, right? That's what you think she had? Or was it diagnosed? It was diagnosed. Okay.
She had definitely... She was, during her childhood, she was seeing nothing but psychiatric doctors, and especially in her teenage years, because she was a wild child. Her parents would let her stay out till whenever. She would come home at 6 o'clock in the morning. She told me she did 30 hits of acid in the course of 2 months, which is insane. It's like...
you remember the time of day it was, or was it at night when it happened?
It was midday.
Midday. When you said you intervened, were you injured at all during that episode?
Yeah, that's from.
So the scar on your right forearm that you're showing me, about mid-forearm, that was from the incident, January 2018. From Jamie, when you intervened, you got caught with a knife.
Well, this was before the intervention. She had already beat me up. I was already cut up and everything.
But I'm saying the night you killed her. Did you get injured that night?
Yes.
So when you intervened between her coming at your daughter with a knife, you sustained that injury? Okay. In the living room of the home in Newport?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you leave Pasco County. Where do you go to with the kids?
Ohio.
You go back to Ohio?
Yes.
And you stay with who?
I stay with myself.
Stay with yourself?
Yeah, I had some money. I threw down on a place. Sorry, I'm just readjusting myself.
You're fine. I know those aren't the most comfortable things.
They're fine. I bought a place in Elyria. I tried to make it work. I even got a job and everything. But people just weren't babysitting my kids. Babysitting was hard to come by. And of course, during that time period, I was afraid to get on welfare because it's like they're going to be looking for mom. They're going to be like, where the fuck is mom? And then, so I left there for like a couple of months. And then I can't make it. My parents can't help me because my brother has cancer at this point. He beat it though.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah. So I have to move to Texas to where all my other family is at. So I did that for like half a year, I believe.
Where did you stay with in Texas?
I stayed with my granny for the most part. And then me and her got into it.
What's her name?
Oh, shit. Deborah Gray.
Deborah Gray, okay. She's still living?
Yeah, she's alive.
Okay.
Then she kicked me out because she couldn't handle the kids. But I was working a good job. I was working in the oil field for a while there.
It was just the kids?
Then I get another place. And I'm working and everything. I'm still trying to shake off in Jamie's family for the most part. And it's just...
Are they pestering you? Like, where is she? We haven't seen her?
No, it's not even that.
You're still doing the texting like you're her?
Yeah.
Did she have her own phone and you had your own phone, or did you guys only have one phone that you shared?
We only had one phone.
Okay, because I was thinking to myself, like, you had to keep paying the bill to claim that you were her. Okay, so you shared a phone and you just pretended to be her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't really call it sharing a phone. It was mostly hers, but yeah, that's how that happened.
Okay. So Granny says you need to go.
Yeah, I get my own place, and then I have my own place for like another 3 months, so we're getting towards the end of the year, and unfortunately now I'm seeing something has to be done because I don't want to get caught, and I basically go down to Florida. I do that.
Let's back up because I need to be more specific as possible. You're doing awesome. Okay. At what point in time, what month, was it like a spur of the moment thing? I'm going to Florida, or were you like devising a plan? Like I need to go to Florida.
It was more of a spur on the moment thing. Like.
So what day of? I'm assuming it's December.
Well,
right?
it actually worked like this because I was going to lose my place too, because I couldn't hold my job because I was running into the whole babysitting childcare again. And so I think I just got into a mode of panic. To be honest with you,
he was babysitting people's
first
kids.
real time that I didn't know how I was going to keep shit together and everything.
Right. So what, at that point in time, what kind of?
And also on top of it, I had told her that we were coming down there to vacation to like kind of hold her off and everything. And now that
you say her, you say me, Laura.
Yes.
So you call. Did you speak to her, or was it a text message?
Text message.
So through text message, you tell Laura in Florida, hey, did you imply that Jamie was coming, or did you say me and the kids?
I implied that Jamie was coming.
Okay. So I'm sure she was excited, right?
Yes.
Okay. And when was that about? Do you remember the date that you initiated the contact and saying you were coming to Florida?
I want to say August.
Oh, way back in August?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, now granted, I had no intention of going down there.
Right.
I was just trying to hold her off, and then I was going to be like, we're busy with work, this and that. And unfortunately, I lost my place by the time that time period came up. And I was just trying to hold her off, and then I was going to be like, we're busy with work, this and that. And unfortunately, I lost my place by the time that time period came up. And I don't know. I was afraid I was going to get caught. You know, it was coming up on a year that she was dead and everything. I just wanted to, this is going to sound retarded, but at the end of the day, I just wanted to make sure my kids were okay, you know?
So were you worried that they were going to try to take them from you?
I was worried that they were going to try to take them from me. I was worried that, honestly, no offense to them, they were great people, and I did care about them and love them greatly. I did. I actually got along with her more than my own mother,
right? Which
was sad. You know, I didn't want to do this shit, man. I didn't want to do any of this shit. But they just don't know how to raise kids, man. Like, flat out.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. So you initiate conversation with Laura in August. When do you leave Texas and drive to Florida? What date?
I can tell you it's in the beginning of December. As far as the exact datage, I would have to go through my phone to be able to tell you that.
Okay. Like, in relation to Christmas, how many weeks prior to Christmas do you think that you got to Florida?
It was definitely like beginning of December.
Beginning of December, you drive from Texas to Florida. Mm-hmm. What are you driving?
Her old car that I had.
Janie's old car?
Yes.
Is it a Hyundai?
Yes.
Do you remember what color?
Silver.
Silver Hyundai Elantra?
Yes.
And what, is that Texas tags, Florida tags?
Florida tags.
Okay. Yeah. Where's that car at now?
It's actually parked at the Meadows.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, is it by the clubhouse?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a silver Hyundai Elantra, 4-door, do you remember the year?
2010.
2010 silver Hyundai Elantra with Florida tags parked at the clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're not sure the exact date in December?
Yeah.
Beginning to mid-December?
No, it was beginning.
Beginning in December, you pack up the kids, pack up, I'm assuming, the stuff you're taking with you because you're leaving everything else behind, right? You drive to Florida. Does she know you're coming, or you just kind of show up?
No, she knows I'm coming.
She knows you're coming.
However, she thinks that Jamie is staying behind due to work issues and everything.
Okay. So you arrive. How's it go?
talk about it. I put off killing them, and I tried to look for every alternative not to do it. And of course, you know, I didn't have to do it. There was no reason for me to do all this, but I felt bad. You know, I kept putting it off. You know, they were enjoying time with their grandkids, and
at what point in time did you decide I have to kill them? Was it when you were driving there?
No. I fought with it literally up until I did it.
Okay, so what was your first thought of, I need to kill them?
Oh, like, it was definitely on my way there.
While you're driving there, you're thinking to myself, I need to kill them.
Yeah, like if I'm going to survive and raise these kids and not get caught. And then I get there.
Because they pose a threat to what you believe was a threat to your custody of your children.
Yeah, well, not even in custody, like me getting caught, and I didn't want them raising my kids. You know, like I said, they don't know how to raise kids, and I hate to say that, but they're very great people. The kids that they raised did not come out good at all.
Right.
Jamie was a prime example. You know, Nick, he was just, you know, he wasn't even a person. He was just there, you know, just living. He just sat there, played video games, went to work.
Okay. So you sorry,
I know I keep getting off track.
No, you're doing great, man.
It's just that this shit's hard for me, man.
You're doing great. You're doing great. I just, while we're in the steps, I'm trying to get stuff. I don't want to forget things.
Of course.
I kind of want to try to do as sequential order as we can, so we're not jumping around. You know what I mean?
If I'm being honest with you, we've been doing awesome on the order. Like, as far as time and everything, as far as, like, chronological order.
Okay.
We've been doing very good.
Okay. So you get to Florida. Do you keep your car at the clubhouse all the time?
No, it was parked in their driveway.
It was parked in their driveway a couple times? Okay. So you get there. Where are you sleeping?
I'm sleeping in that first room on the right.
First room on the right.
I know you've been in the house.
Yes, I have.
The first room
on the right. Okay. Where are the kids sleeping? Are they sleeping on the couches?
No, they were sleeping in there with me.
Sleeping in the bed with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, go from there. You get there. You said everything was going great at first, right?
Yeah, you know. By the way, also would make things easier to not be able to talk on the phone with them. You know, for Jamie not to be able to talk on the phone with them. There was a debt collector from the old house, because, you know, the old house got trashed. I kind of trashed it to, like, make them not really, like, think that there was a dead body there, you know.
Try to throw them off?
Yeah. I was trying to be intelligent. You know, it's the most unintelligent thing you can do.
Well, while we're talking about that, when you put her in the grave, you cover it, did you do anything to, like, disguise the top of the grave, like the leaves over it or anything? Because, you know, I've seen, you know, you look at the backyard, you don't want to see this fresh pile of dirt.
Yeah, no, I put something over it. It was, we had a bunch of, like, these wooden, oh, God damn it, where did it come? Not wooden planks, but, like, basically, there was a bunch of shit that could have been used for construction in our backyard that they were, like, put over.
Just laid it over the top of it. And what did you do with the excess dirt? Just spread it around the yard? Or?
Oh, I just put it all in the grave. It all fit in there. And then just, like, smoothed it out and then put stuff over it.
Okay. All right, so fast forward, we're back to your Tarpon Springs. Your kids are staying in the bedroom with you. You go down the hall, first door on the right.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm there for probably a good 2 weeks before I killed him, though. Unfortunately, I almost got out of it too, because, you know, with this stuff, you know, I acted like this debt collector had like a undercover agent that you can buy or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. But basically, I made it seem like that this debt collector knew where Jamie was at if she were to enter Florida. So then at the end they were like, well, we could just come to Texas with you and visit her. And then on that day, you know.
So is that when you decided I have to kill them because they're getting too inquisitive? Is that
no, they weren't even inquisitive, man. They were always trusting of me.
And do you remember what the date was?
December 15th and December 16th.
December 15th and December 16th is when you killed them?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember?
The parents, go ahead.
No, I don't want to stop you. Go ahead. Said the parents.
The parents passed away first. And then I dragged their bodies into their room, cleaned it up, waited for Nick to get home, spent one last night with Nick, and then when he went to bed, I killed him too. I basically tried to make it to where they didn't see it coming in. They didn't feel any pain. That was my
So
concern.
you're saying the 15th going into the 16th, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So it's late at night.
Mm-hmm. Well, they died at like 1 and 2 in the afternoon.
Okay.
And then, like I said, I take their bodies, I clean up the mess. Nick comes home around 5 or 6. We hang out and everything. Nighttime comes, he goes to sleep, and then I get him.
Okay. I just want to get it, like I said, I just need details. Okay, so 1 or 2 in the afternoon, you're there with the kids. Okay. Where's Rich and where's Laura?
Alright, so
like who you go to first and then second and
Laura goes to the store, Nick's at work, and that's the perfect time to get Richard. So he's got his back to me.
Where is he at?
He's in the you enter the house, you go to the left, that dining room type area.
Correct. Is
that was blocked off by the couch and everything?
Yes. Where you had the kids' toys set up?
Yeah.
In there? Okay.
That's where he passed away.
Okay. And you said you didn't want him to see it coming?
Yes.
What did you hit him with?
A hammer.
A hammer?
Yes.
Okay.
And I basically killed him with it.
Okay. So I'm assuming when you say, where's the first place you struck him with a hammer?
In the back of the head.
Back of the head, like right in the middle of the back of the head?
Yeah.
You just came up behind him and hit him? Does he fall?
Yes, he falls.
Does he fall to his knees or?
No, he's unconscious. And then,
one shot, he's out?
Well, he's unconscious, yeah.
Okay.
And then I whack him again a couple of times on the head to give him a quick death.
You remember where on the head?
No, because if I'm being honest with you, I wasn't trying to commit the act in the first place, so I'm not really trying to look. I know I definitely got him right here, but all I really did was bash him a couple of times and then walk away.
Okay.
And then he passed away.
Did you hear him still breathing, or?
When I did, I would go over there and whack him, just to try and get him to be done, because I didn't want him to suffer anymore.
So, after you hit him the first couple times, you walk away, and I still want to put words around. You hear him, so you go back and hit him a couple more times?
Yes.
Okay. And how many times did you have to keep going back?
That was only one time that I had to go back.
Okay, so if you had to guesstimate how many times you struck him with a hammer, what would you think?
I would say 5 to 7 times.
5 to 7 times. And it's right in the area by where your kids' toys were at?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are Bella and Oliver at when this is happening?
They're in the room.
They're in the bedroom you were staring at with the door closed?
Yes.
Okay. Did they come out?
No, they can't open doors or anything.
They can't open doors?
No.
Okay.
No, I had the room completely baby-proof for them, so they were safe. They never saw anything of that sort. I always kept them away from that, because
you said that was the 15th into the 16th, right?
Yes.
So 15th at 1 to 2, Rich, right?
I would say yes.
Okay. Laura comes home from, so Rich goes down, you know for a fact you've killed him.
Yes.
What do you do next? I know you said you drug him, but how do you drag him? He's a big guy.
Oh yeah, he definitely was. I had to use that carpet. However,
where was that carpet located?
It was right underneath him when it happened.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
However, I waited until the mom got home to me.
So you left him there on the rug until mom comes home?
Yeah.
Now when she comes home, does she come through the front door, that slide
sliding door. She comes in through the front door.
Through the front door.
They never came in through the sliding door.
Okay.
I don't know if that's important or not. Information for you.
So where are you at when she comes in the front door?
Oh, I welcome her and everything, and then she's walking towards the kitchen, and then I get her before she sees anything coming.
So she never saw her husband laying there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So was she carrying groceries?
She was carrying coffee.
Carrying coffee?
Yeah, which was sad.
Okay, so she's carrying coffee. You greet her at the door.
Yeah, and then she starts walking towards the kitchen. Still doesn't notice her husband.
Okay.
And then I basically take her out before she can notice anything.
Okay, and where do you hit her?
Same place.
Back of the head?
Yes.
Okay. She drops immediately?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then...
So she's in the same room with her husband?
No, she's in a different room.
Where?
She is in the living room, walking towards the kitchen. He's in the dining room.
Okay.
Towards the left and everything. Like I said, I don't know how the fuck she did not see him when...
So she basically walked pretty much right by him, from what you're saying?
No, she did not walk by him.
No.
Like I said, I don't know, but do you remember the layout of the house?
If you want, you can draw. We'll give you another thing, and you can draw.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to get...
Yeah. Just draw a bigger scale. I know you said your drawing's not good. I don't care. We're not here for our class, so...
Yeah. Alright, so... Front door.
You want just right underneath there, just right front door. That way, when I look at it later, I'll know what you're...
And then this is where he would be at.
Right, just right underneath it, Rich, for me.
Here's, of course, couch. And then she walks. She's walking towards there. I stop her right here.
Okay. So you hit her in the back of the head. She drops.
Yeah.
How many more times do you hit her?
I would definitely say I hit her a good 4 to 5 times because after dealing with Rich, I saw that,
You want to make sure?
Yeah. I want to make sure that you're dead and not suffering because that, I know it's fucked up, but that was the last thing I wanted was for them to suffer.
You said they were good people.
Yeah.
They didn't consider they deserve what they got, right? Where did you get the hammer from?
No.
Was it in their shed?
It was in one of the drawers, like
a junk drawer in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody has a junk drawer in the kitchen.
She's on the ground. They're both deceased.
Mm-hmm.
What time do you think it was that you get her?
She was like literally in the 2 p.m. range.
Okay. So approximately an hour later, you get her.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're both down.
Drag both of them.
Which one do you drag first?
Definitely Rich.
Rich, he's on the area rug?
Yeah.
So you gotta tell me how you did it, because he's a pretty big dude, and I'm not taking this defense. You're not near as big as he is.
Oh yeah.
You had to busted your ass to get him back there.
After I hit her.
Yeah. How long did it take you to get him from there down the hall and into the room?
Dude, honestly, only 5 minutes.
Probably your adrenaline through the roof, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta be do you know when Nick's coming home, or is it oh shit, I gotta get going, Nick could come home, I gotta get them out of the way?
At that point, I didn't know when Nick was coming home. So you're right, definitely adrenaline played a big part into it, I think, moving him. But yeah, I got him out there in 5 minutes, and then I moved her in there, and then I cleaned up all the blood with the mop and everything. And he didn't notice anything when he got home. I finally did get a hold of him.
Where was it? And how did you get Laura into the bathroom?
There was another rug that was close to her. I threw a towel on her. Sorry, I'm fine. And then I put her on the rug, and then I dragged the rug.
Okay, but you brought Rich first?
Yes.
How did you get her past Rich? Because he was, from my recollection, he's laying on his back with the rug covering him in the doorway. You have to pass the doorway to get into the bathroom.
No, I'm sorry. I think I brought her in first.
Okay. That's why I'm asking these questions, because you could have done it, but I want to make sure we're right on the order, because for you to get her over the top of him would have been a pretty good feat.
Yeah.
So
that would not.
Now that you think about it, you're positive you drug her back first.
Yes, she got drugged back first.
Okay.
I apologize.
Okay, so you get both of them
He apologizes.
On their area rugs, into the room, close the door. You just chill with the kids until Nick comes home?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What time is
everything? It's like 6 or 7 when he gets home.
And was he at work?
Yeah, he was at work.
What does he do for work? I never found out what he did for work.
I think it was HVAC.
HVAC, like air conditioning stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So he gets home.
He wasn't the Fed.
I'll pause real quick.
Sure.
I need to use the bathroom.
Actually, definitely. Let me get one of the detectives to take you to the restroom.
Wow. His kids were there during the murders. They were in his bedroom.
All right. So, and I'm just going to clarify this because, now when you say Rich was over here in the dining room area, are we talking about like I'm getting right. The sliding doors here. There's the couch because I saw a lot of blood stains on the couch.
The couch wasn't moved.
I understand that, but is the blood staining that's on the couch from you striking him? Does he fall against the couch? On the couch.
That's from Nick.
That's from Nick?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Dad falls there, nothing gets on that, you mop up the floor.
Yeah, the couch was right here at that point. It's not moved over there or anything. I moved it over there during the process that I stayed there.
Oh,
and Nick was asleep on the couch when I killed him. So that's where all the blood stains on the couch come from.
Okay.
And then I moved the couch to block off that room so the kids don't run in there.
All right, now we're cooking because I was completely, when I was in the house, I kept saying to myself, why does that couch block the doorway? Why would they, like I'm not an interior designer, but you're blocking an access way to, it just doesn't seem, okay.
Yeah,
so
that was all for the kids, so they wouldn't run in there and everything.
Gotcha, okay.
Because even though it was like cleaned in there and everything, like, I don't know, I'm still, I didn't want them anywhere near that type of shit.
Understandable. I mean, you don't want your kids to see that kind of thing. Okay, so let's back out a little bit. So, just to clarify, they're both down. You've killed both of them. We drag Laura into the bathroom.
Yes.
Rich, dragged into the bedroom. We close the door. Okay. You're playing with the kids until 5 or 6 when Nick comes home.
Yeah.
Okay. You said you wanted to spend one last night with Nick. But you said you have to kill him because obviously you killed his parents.
Yes.
Okay. So he comes home. Tell me what happens when he comes home.
He comes home, he brings some weed and everything. He's got edibles and all that stuff. I start giving him money and shit. I order us a pizza. I get us more weed. That type of stuff.
How did you get more weed?
Huh?
How did you get more weed?
Oh, he went to the dealer to get some more and everything.
Did you go with him?
No, I stayed home.
Okay. Uber weed?
And he has a car, right? A minivan?
Yeah.
Where's his minivan?
Minivan's parked in that driveway. That's his minivan.
The blue one that's there is his minivan?
Yes.
Because I talked to a bunch of people and they kept saying, no, that's not his minivan. He drives a dark minivan, dark colored minivan. They kept saying this dark colored minivan. We couldn't find this dark colored minivan.
Old people are idiots.
So that
I think they know something, yeah.
Okay, so that minivan is still at the house is Nick's. Okay, I'm sorry, I know I interrupted you. Nick comes home, you guys are smoking weed, eating edible marijuana together.
Yeah.
You guys have been friends for a long time. You spent one last night with him, so go ahead.
I mean, there's nothing much more to it.
What time is, so I'm assuming you guys are watching TV together and he falls asleep at some point. You're kind of waiting for him to fall asleep.
Yeah, essentially.
I'm assuming I have to kill him tonight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're watching TV, he falls asleep.
Yeah.
Where are you at? He falls asleep on that couch with all the blood stains, but it's at that point in time.
Here's how it happened. We're watching The Grinch and everything. He gets tired. He goes to sleep. I put the kids in the room. I wait until I think he's asleep. I fall asleep myself. And then I wake up at like 3, 4 in the morning, and then I grab the hammer, I tiptoe to him, and then I do what I did to them. You know, I don't like saying it, but I do what I did to them.
Same thing, same hammer?
Yeah.
So the same hammer you killed, you used the same hammer to kill all 3 of them?
Yes.
So he's asleep. I know it's hard to say, but we're almost there. You got him through 2.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay. So you go up to Nick, and then what happens?
I crack him right here.
In the temple?
Yeah, and then I just keep hitting like 7 to 8 times.
Is it any time does he wake up, or?
He like jolted awake at first, I think, but his body was in too much shock to like really process what happened.
Right, like he never like opened his eyes or said anything or anything like that?
No, none of that ever happened. I made sure that they, except with him, unfortunately, I made sure that they didn't feel any pain. They basically died instantaneously.
Okay.
Besides him.
So you killed him on the couch. Okay. Then what do you do with his body?
I take it into his room.
Did you put him on anything, or did you just drag him?
I covered up his head and everything. Granted, I did it in the dark, and for some reason I knew that I fucked him up the most out of everybody, and I don't know how.
And how did you know that? Just from the facial damage that you saw?
I didn't see any facial damage.
You said you knew you fucked him up the most, so I was assuming that you saw the damage.
No, because blood went everywhere. And
as you're hitting him, blood's going everywhere.
Yeah, that was the first time that happened.
So when you hit the other 2, it wasn't?
Yeah, it wasn't a splatter rate.
Okay.
And it was. And then I had some towels underneath, or a blanket or something. It was a blanket. It was a blanket I had.
Is that the orange and black one?
I think so. Whichever one that he was on.
Okay.
Everything. I take him and I drag him into his room. And then I clean up the area. And then my kids wake up, and...
So you clean up the area, you mop it all,
yeah.
You move the couch from the wall,
yeah.
By the door, over to by where you took Rich out.
Yeah.
Okay. Blocking that entryway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you close the doors, and you said yourself your kids can't open the doors.
Yeah.
My biggest fear is, if I'm you, is, holy shit, I don't want my kids opening the doors and seeing dead people.
Yeah. That's why I made sure that they covered it up. Yeah. Trust me, my kids are my number 1 priority.
I believe you wholeheartedly. For someone to do something of this extent to protect their kids, I'm not saying it's right. And I know you know it's not right? You know right from wrong, right? You know what you did was wrong. But at the time, I think maybe you thought you didn't have any other options, right?
Exactly.
You were pretty much out of gas, right? Out of options. Okay. So that's the 15th and the 16th, correct?
He passed away on the 15th, and he passes away on the 16th.
16th, and then like in the middle of the night, whenever you wake up, you remember what time it was? I think you said
it was 4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning. You remember it being 4 o'clock in the morning? Did you just like see the cable box, or?
Yeah, I looked at the time. I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot. And then I took care of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can give you time of death for most of them.
Yeah, you want to write it? You can write it right next to the name as well.
I know. He's 1 p.m.
Even if you want, you can write the date underneath it too. So 12/15.
Sorry, they were important, and I'm the only one who knows their time of death.
No, it's very, like I said, the sequence of events are very important, and
he's providing the time of death because the family will want that.
I'm sure you're probably very surprised with my cooperation too.
I've been doing this a long time, and you never know.
Well, you live in the crazy state too.
The crazy state? You call Florida the crazy state?
Oh, yeah.
You know who else calls it the crazy state? My mother-in-law.
Oh,
she's from Michigan.
Oh, well, that's why.
She says all the time, all the crazy stuff happens in Florida.
I'm prime example.
You're prime example. Okay, so, all right, so they're put into the rooms, doors are closed. Kids wake up the next day,
Everything's fine.
business as usual, right? And I'm assuming you don't let them go past the kitchen area.
Of course not. No.
Okay.
The kitchen was blocked off too.
Okay. Now, I don't know if it's you or Nick, but somebody is a fan of the drink that I love, Bang energy drinks. Is that you?
Yeah.
Because they're everywhere.
If you want, because I'm going to be in jail. Obviously, in my house, I got like 3 cases of them bitches.
Yeah.
Cotton candy, a sour hat, and more cotton candy.
Yeah, those are your favorites.
Yeah. So if you want, go ahead, man.
No, unfortunately, I can't do
yourself
that.
to my
Where
belly.
were you buying those at? Were you buying them at the 7-Eleven on the corner?
Yeah.
You go in there like every day?
Yeah. And then I'm like, dude, you guys got the cases for sale?
Yeah.
And he did. Man, those things work. Is that what you are? Oh, no, you got the red.
They didn't have anything at the store. I stopped at the 7-Eleven on the way here.
Yeah, dude, it's so hard to
And
find.
I was like, yeah, I didn't have it. So I had to settle for Red Bull, but I had to get something. So basically, I'm sure they like knew every morning you came. Did you go there at the same time every day with the kids?
No. When I bought the case, that was like probably literally the day that this happened. Because I wasn't really trying to go out all like that anymore. You know, I had to figure out what the fuck I was going to do with 3 bottles.
So when you wake up that next morning, would be the 16th, you take the kids, you go to the 7-Eleven, you bought the case?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you come back.
Well, I wouldn't say I made the specific trip to do that. I did go grocery shopping at Walmart to get myself a couple of things to like help shit be easier for me. Like I grabbed spray paint to like spray the walls and everything to get the blood off.
The Krylon?
Yeah.
Like which Walmart? The one in Tarpon Springs? Or
Yeah.
did you go to a different one?
Tarpon Springs.
And do you remember what the date was?
I would say 16.
16th, you went to the Walmart in Tarpon? Okay. And you remember approximate time?
Unfortunately, I do not.
That's fine. Afternoon, evening, whatever.
Afternoon was definitely weird.
Okay. And you had both kids?
Yes.
Is that the only thing you bought for the like cleaning up was the Krylon?
I bought
Because I know, fast forward just a little bit, and I know you'll tell me if you're being completely cooperative. I know you went to the Home Depot in Port Richey, and you bought the tarps and the rope.
Oh yeah.
And what would
that was basically to put their bodies in, tie up, and put in the backyard or the front.
Where you were digging the trench?
Yeah.
Okay. What day did you start digging the trench? If you killed them on the 15th and 16th, what day do you think it was you started digging the trench?
I would say a week later.
A week later?
Yeah. I'd definitely say a week later.
So you're staying in the house with them deceased and with your kids from the 15th and 16th until approximately a week later, and I'm assuming it's got to start smelling by then?
Well, yeah, I bought shit to help with the smell too. Incense was always going on. I had those Febreze things. I had like car shit. Kids were no longer sleeping in their room. They were like sleeping out
on those little love seats.
Yeah. There was another couch too, that dark brown couch that they would sleep on too.
Okay.
But yeah, they couldn't get married. I couldn't move rich.
So you start digging the trench. I mean, you made a lot of progress. A trench.
Yeah.
I mean, how many hours do you think you worked on that? Because that's a lot of work.
It only took me like 2 hours.
2 hours to dig that, and the shovels.
That was me being paranoid.
That was you on adrenaline and bang, and I got to get this done. I got to get these people buried. I got to get out of here.
No, that was me going like, these people are definitely going to get sketched out here pretty soon by me digging this hole.
Right.
So I would go out and dig it little bits at a time.
Oh, okay.
I think I was doing yard work.
Did you ever have contact with anybody? Like go by them?
Yeah, I did. I simply said that the bushes had been all dug up over there, and that they were going to start putting like trees or something that I didn't know.
And I know, what about property that was in the house? We found pawns for you. Did you take a bunch? Did Nick have like an Xbox?
Yes.
And he had a lot of games?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you do with the Xbox?
I switched it out for the PS4.
We switched it out.
Yeah, you can, so you can go to like GameStop and like exchange your system for another system.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you did that with GameStop. Which GameStop did you go to?
That was up here. And I actually had...
So you brought the Xbox with you up here?
Yes.
Okay. What about all the games? Did you pawn a bunch of the games?
Oh,
or sold them, I guess?
Traded them. Yeah.
And that was at the GameStop in Florida, though?
Yes.
Correct. What did you trade them for?
I'm sorry. That was not the GameStop in Florida. I'm sorry. I'm getting confused on this. So system and games get brought up.
Right.
I don't go exchange it myself. My dude Thomas does. The one that owns the house and everything that I live with. That's who did it. Because there was just one night where I was, you know, it has like all of his information on there, and I didn't want Thomas to.
It has all of Nick's information, like his Microsoft account.
Yeah.
The reason is I know if my son plays Fortnite and has an Xbox, I had to set it up for him. So yeah, you didn't want it to be connected to you with his Microsoft account information.
Yeah. So I was like, it's time to get rid of that.
But he and your new roommate had no idea, right?
No.
You had never told him,
no,
obviously, any of this.
Do you mind if I ask you something?
Sure.
You know, since I'm being cooperative, I'm just interested. Where did I fuck up with the car? Like, how did you guys catch up to me? Was it the car that got me? I mean, I know I left it behind a bunch. I'm just curious.
There's a lot of things. There was no real one, like, thing. There was a lot of things. And you did things I think you may have thought you were doing them carefully, but you didn't.
Okay.
You know, I'm not going to go into specifics.
Don't give me specifics. There's no reason to.
Yeah. I will say this. There wasn't one thing. So you can't beat yourself up over, like, man, if I've just done that one thing.
There were 1,000 things.
You did a lot. Okay. It was traceable.
Okay.
Okay. So, what
cross
else
that off
do
your
you
resume.
take from the
Criminal
house?
mastermind.
His coin collection.
His coin collection.
This
So,
was on top of the fridge.
on top of the fridge where you live now?
Yes.
Okay. And what about IDs?
Yes.
Driver's licenses?
Yeah, I took that.
From who?
Rich and Nick. I could not find the rest.
You looked for it, but you couldn't find it?
Yeah.
And what was the purpose of that?
Honestly, I know this company called LiveOps where you can work at home, but you gotta have a clean record. So that's what I was going to use that for.
You're going to use Nick's identity?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Rich? Why did you take his?
Just to not leave behind evidence, you know. It wasn't really the smartest thing to do, to be honest with you. I know you're trying to find a comprehensive reason as to why, but...
Right. Well, like I said, I'm trying to understand your mindset, what's going through your head, why you would do things. And so the coin collection...
was to get money, obviously.
Right.
So I can...
And there was like sheets of money too, right?
Yeah, you'll see the sheet of money in there.
So there's a sheet of money, collectible coins.
In the suitcase, Here. Want me to write it all down for you?
Sure. Yeah, right. You can write down everything in the house. And where you can just write down what you took and where it is now.
So he's making a shopping list of things he stole from the house. Oh my goodness. Do you mind if I ask you a question? Where did I screw up? Was it with the car?
My kids did go with my mom.
Outstanding. That's good. I know in Florida we always try to reunite the kids with family members. We don't want them to go with Child Protective Services if they don't need to.
That's all I care about is their safety, man.
Yeah, after hearing him describe bashing in the skulls of his in-laws, his think of the children plea doesn't hit quite so hard. Ayden comes walking in, causing chaos and rocking like Amadeus, I'm sure. Sorry, that's all I can sing, Ayden.
really think of so far.
Okay.
It's also like 2:13 in the morning, so if I think of something else.
Yeah, definitely. If you think of, I'll keep the notepad right here. You think of something, you let me know. I'll slide it over to you. All right? Sound like a deal? All right. Actually, if you want, I'll just keep it right in front of you. I'll just keep asking questions.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got everything that I want to explain.
All right.
Explain for the most part.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask you a couple more questions? Because I've got a couple that everybody that's involved in this wants to know. What is going on with the paint?
Oh, you mean on the bodies?
The paint is poured all over them, and it's slung all over the walls, and there's egg on the walls. What happened there?
All right, so let me take you into a little trip into my mind. I thought the paint would not stop the decomposition, but block out the smell.
Okay.
So
that was one of the theories we had.
Yes, block out the smell. You guys were correct.
Okay.
As far as for the paint and egg on the wall and all that shit, mind you, I had poured that stuff on them before I knew that I was not going to be putting them in a hole. So therefore, with the house with my ex-wife, I was trying to trash the house to make it look not focusing on the fact that
somebody died there.
Yeah, something else might have happened.
Something awful
had
happened there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, that was done time period before I realized that I could not get them in that hole.
Okay. And all the chemicals, did you pour chemicals on all of them, or was it just Nick?
Just Nick.
Okay. Was there a reason just Nick?
He was the most foul-smelling one, so I was really trying to block out the...
And it looked like, you tell me if you may not remember, like a gallon of bleach, pine sol.
Yeah, all that.
Was that stuff that was in the house, or was that stuff you had to go buy?
No, that was stuff that was already
just all household chemicals that you had. What'd you do with the hammer?
You know what? It's in the house for you guys. It's underneath the bed.
It's in the house that you're in now, underneath the bed?
Oh, no, not my house. It's underneath their bed in their house.
It's in the house for you guys?
Is it underneath Rich's bed?
Mm-hmm.
Underneath the mattress?
It's underneath Rich's bed.
It's on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm tired too. So, let's see.
I'm actually waking up a little bit.
Get a second wind? Yeah, I'm on my fourth.
I know you're saying thank you for being cooperative with you, but thank you for being cooperative with
It's much appreciated, because in cases like this, everybody has theories of what happened. My theory is going to be one way, another detective is going to be another way, crime scene technician that's there, they're going to have their theories, and when you get a first-hand account of the person that did it, you know for a fact what happened. It's not a guess anymore. It's like, okay, we know exactly what happened. He told us firsthand this is what happened.
And I always told myself if I got caught, that I wasn't going to try a lie or bullshit or anything like that. That was just going to come out clean.
So, what day do you leave the house?
I want to say it's a couple days before Christmas. Because I literally got into town Christmas Eve.
You got here Christmas Eve?
Yes. So I want to say probably the day before Christmas Eve, because I just drove that whole night.
You didn't stop anywhere except for gas, probably?
Yeah, except for gas and to change the diapers and stuff like that.
Do you remember where you stopped for gas? Did you pay cash, credit card?
I always paid cash.
Paid cash?
Yeah.
You didn't take any of their credit cards or checks?
I don't think any of their credit cards. No, their checks.
Did you take cash out of their wallets?
I took cash out of their wallets, yeah. That was used.
And what about all the guns?
Oh, the officer. I had one of their guns at the house that I told the officer about.
Okay, there's one in the house that you rent now with your buddy. Okay. How many guns were in the house that you took?
How many guns were in
Rich's house? Because I know the gun cabinet was in the laundry room, correct?
Yeah, it was just the one.
There was only one gun?
Yeah, but Nick had that big ass fucking thing. That big ass gun in his room.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys even bothered to open it or see it. But yeah, those were the only guns I saw in there. Was the little revolver that I took, and then that big ass gun that Nick had.
Okay. But the only gun that you took from the house and brought with you, or
was the revolver.
Revolver, and you're still in possession of it at your house.
Yeah.
You didn't take any other guns and sell them, trade them, pawn them.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Where's that other gun?
What about all the jewelry that Laura had?
Took all the jewelry. All of it's gone for the most part.
Where was the jewelry located in the house?
It was kind of like spread out, to be honest with you.
Was it all in those white boxes that I saw on the kitchen floor?
There were white boxes, there were brown boxes, you know, but yes.
So you just took what was out of them and left those boxes scattered around?
No, there was like...
Or you left some of them?
I left some of them. There was like a whole tub, like full of jewelry and stuff.
How did you decide? Just whatever looked expensive?
No, they had the price tags in there.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just like weeded through them and whatever was the most expensive, that's what you took?
Yeah. Like there was shit that was like $8,000 and all that stuff. But yeah, there is still some left in the car.
In the Kia?
Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of the Kia, that was one of my next questions. What was your thinking when you decided to leave the Hyundai at the clubhouse and take their Kia?
I know that probably, like, I'm not 100% finished telling my story.
Okay. You tell. Go. Like I told you, I'll stay here all night.
But what was my original thing is, like, I was planning on going back down there and, like, finishing burying and everything. I was going by myself, like, a couple months by paying for their rent. I, like, called up and I was going to make the money order and everything.
Who did you call?
It was the Meadows. I was finding out how much the rent was and everything, and this was like literally right before you discovered them, I believe. I was going to do that, and I was going to stay up in Ohio and bulk up a little bit, and then go down and bury them and move.
Bulk up? You mean like muscle?
Yeah.
So you could carry rich?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Not even. I know that sounds retarded, but not even that. To give the bodies more time to decompose, to get them lighter and everything too.
Okay.
But that didn't work out, obviously.
Right. So your plan was, but I'm trying to figure out where the car fits in. If you're
I took the car because the tags on the other car, on Jamie's car, are expired.
Gotcha. Okay, and you don't want to draw attention yourself driving a car with expired tags?
Yes.
Then you're going to get arrested?
Yeah. Well, instead I could drive a car that has good tags and do the speed limit and not even get noticed.
Okay. Let's see. Didn't take when you left here to go to Ohio. How did you get there? Like, what route did you take? Did you go up 75?
Yeah, no, it was 77. I think it was 77 north. Or is it 75 north?
The jury is watching this.
You go like towards, I think, Toledo. The other one you go through towards the Carolinas and then that way up.
I went the one that was towards the Carolinas.
So you go towards like Jacksonville and then up?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How many stops did you make?
I stopped like
for gas.
Not even that. I stopped like every 2 to 3 hours to change the kids. Because, you know, when you're doing a road trip like that, you kind of got to stop so they can stretch the legs.
And you want them sitting in dirty diapers.
Exactly.
I'm sure stops for food every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, you could say, let's just say 10 times, you know.
But you drove straight through. You didn't stop at any hotels or anything. You had to be exhausted.
Oh, God.
Because I have family that lives in Michigan, and I drove straight through one time, and it was a little, not much longer, but a little bit longer, and I think I slept for 2 days afterwards, so I'm sure but you probably couldn't do that because you have 2 small kids.
Yeah.
Right? So you probably got a little bit of sleep, and then you're back up and running, right? Mm-hmm. Did you already have your living arrangements made up here before you got up here? Mm-hmm. And how did that come about?
I basically told him I was moving up there, and he's like, do you want to go in on the house? I said, yeah. That's what we did.
And how did you know that guy?
I worked with him, and I went to school with him.
Okay. I know you said you smoked a little weed, but any other heavier drugs?
No, dude.
No? Don't have any drug addictions? No, like alcoholism?
No, I don't even touch alcohol.
Nothing like that.
And just, honestly, I just smoke weed to help my PTSD.
And you said, is there another PTSD or just the cold weather thing?
The cold thing, definitely with women for a little bit there, and then I got over that because I like vagina.
What did he say?
Definitely always had an irrational fear of getting kicked out after being homeless. Always had that fear. Honestly, I think that's why I stayed with my wife for so long and tolerated her shit, was because I was afraid of being alone out in the world.
And you got kids.
Yeah.
People do, I mean, we're in this situation because of something in your mind that you did for your children, right?
Yeah.
People sometimes do things they normally wouldn't do. I mean, now that you're sitting here now, what do you think about this whole situation?
If I could do it all over again, I would have just left my wife way back when and told the doctors the truth. You know, and you can look her up, you know, I'm not lying about her. You know, I know there's still a record on her because I looked it up. And just to see, she attacked her parents like in October of 2017. And then her parents dropped the case. That was the type of woman I was married to. I just told the doctors the truth and left her. And honestly, I probably could have gotten a case to where I could have raised the kids by myself, just due to her mental stability. But
well, you're not going to dispute. I don't think you can have an argument. You might have about it the wrong way.
Oh, God,
yeah. Between her and this incident, I mean, I made a lot of bad choices.
Oh, yeah, I'm not excusing my behavior at all. Trust me, I'm not. These were great people, you know. And even her, she was great too. There was just a side of her that she just couldn't control. But yeah, bad decisions. To be honest with you, I don't know if I'm psychotic or not. I really don't. So I think that's something that, well, I mean, don't you guys always psychologically evaluate people before trial? And
down the road, you would be. Yes, I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a plain old detective that talks to people, you know, and tries to figure out crime and do the best I can, and you know, talk with people. And
I hope I made your job easier. Well, I know I did, because I could have been sitting here lying blue in the face. I could have been like, I'm not talking to you until I had an attorney in front of me, even though you just got off a plane.
That could have happened. You know, that was one of the things I had to prepare for. Is that they could have. You know, and I was prepared for that. But it's my job. You know, it's just, I'm sure you watch TV, like, you know, you gotta stay up and get it done.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and
just like with kids.
Yeah, I mean, just like if somebody did this to your family, you would want me to stay up for 5 days straight and fly to Alaska if I had to find your kid's killers, right?
Of course.
You know, and that's the same, I do the same thing for every family, whether it be your family or their family, because their family wants answers, their family deserves answers.
Of course.
You know, and Jamie's family, unfortunately, won't get those answers because they're also gone now, too. Have you ever thought about, like, what you would say to Jamie, like, if she was still alive? You ever thought about, like, man, I would tell her this, or I would tell her that, or...
Like, as far as her parents?
No, those both. I mean, like, with regards to her or with regards to her parents?
Honestly, I think about her all the time.
What do you think?
For a long time, I focused on the bad because I just wanted to hate her. Because I think I was very confused at first. But then over time, I just hung on to the good memories because that's the only way I can honor her now. You know, she's not here.
You can't honor
so
her.
All I can do is...
Like when you close your eyes at night, do you think about her, or do you see that night over and over again in your mind? Like you say, PTSD, you would think like a traumatic incident, you know, you killed her. Did you ever like replay that in your mind? Because like I know with me, I lay that at night, my mind goes boom, 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 and I can replay things over and over and over again. I can't imagine something like that in your brain.
At first, it definitely did happen. But I learned, it's weird, but I kind of learned to block out the memory altogether. Like, I know it happened, but just sitting there not thinking about something for so long, shit starts getting hazy and everything.
Right. But I'm sure you see her face when you look at her. When you look at your kids, they're her kids also. I'm sure when you look at your little girl or your little boy, you see her in them, and it's gonna instantly bring you back to that horrible night, right? I would imagine. I mean, like I said, I don't ever want to put words in your mouth. So if you don't agree, tell me. Like, no, that doesn't happen, or whatever.
It's, it's hit or miss. At this point, like I said, the beginning was very hard. At this point, I think for my coping mechanism, I think of all the good times we've had. I think of all the times I've taken her out on dates, that we cuddled, that we just sat there watching movies, and
right, the good stuff.
I just try to focus on that because that's who that woman was at the end of the day. She just had a side of her that she couldn't control. And if you're wondering if I hate myself every day for these horrendous acts I committed, it's obvious I do hate myself. I mean, if I didn't hate myself, I would be sitting here trying to lie to you to get myself out of this situation.
Well,
like I would with any other situation. But
like we discussed before, I mean, you just made some horrible choices. I mean, in your mind, I think you built it up to where those are the only choices you could make. That doesn't make you a monster. A monster is when you do something, like if you just snuck into their house, killed them for absolutely no reason, no remorse, I just did it because I wanted to. You'd be a monster. But in this case, you thought this was, like I said, based on what you're telling me, I have to do this to keep my kids. You said yourself, I'm driving to Florida and I'm thinking to myself, I have to kill these people. I mean, you get a hammer, you laid and you waited for them, you took them out. You knew when you had that opportunity, because you've got Nick at work, she's at the grocery store, there's going to be time in between each one, so you got one-on-one. You take him out, you wait for her, she comes in, bam, you got her. Because what are you going to do? You can't go after all three of them at the same time, right? Because what's going to happen?
Yeah, they're going to fight back. And then...
Exactly. So you saw the moment, you seized it. So.
Alright, for what it's worth, like I said, I did try to when I was on my way down there, my intention was to kill them, and then I got there, and I didn't want to kill them, and I looked for every excuse and every opportunity, and I was so close.
Oh, so the date you left, was it the 22nd or the 23rd?
I believe it's the 22nd.
22nd, so because it took you what?
So it was like 12 in the afternoon when I finally met up with my friend up in Ohio.
On the
Christmas Eve, yeah.
Okay, so you left on the 22nd about what time?
Oh, it was like first thing in the morning.
Before sun came up?
Okay, maybe not first thing. I want to say
what was the sun up?
10.
So the sun was up?
Yeah, it was like 8 to 10 in the morning.
Right. And I had something on that. I had something on the film. I totally forgot.
Jesus Christ. Before I forget, there's a shit ton of evidence in that car.
Okay, go ahead and write it. Right, you said there's a bunch of stuff in the car.
I'm sorry.
And then you're talking about the car at the clubhouse?
Yeah.
Okay. Stuff that you took from the house?
Bag evidence, basically. Like a bloody pillow, all that type of stuff.
Okay.
Like all their paperwork and stuff like that.
Okay. While you're writing that, I'm gonna step off for just a quick second, okay?
While you're writing that, I'm gonna step out and throw up a little bit.
You're recording off your phone. I was like, where the hell is the recorder?
Yeah. Got my old man glasses, little recorder. I'll be right back. I'll let you keep working on it. I'll be right back. me. I need some water.
We're halfway through the confession tapes. We got a little bit left here. We're at an hour and 31 in. Can we skip ahead a bit?
One didn't see the nurse in the morning, and then once you see the nurse, then she'll take you out of it.
Is that for just a second, Shelby? I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Pentuflay, thank you very much for gifting a membership.
All right, we're almost done, bud. You were starting on, you said there's evidence in the car?
I just put down the 2010 long trip bag evidence. It was a bunch of, I can't even remember everything in the bags.
Do you remember anything in it?
I know there's like other like paperwork type stuff. Like
paperwork from their house?
Yeah.
Where did you get that from?
Like in their rooms and everything.
In their rooms?
Yeah.
Did you go through all of it? I'm going to imagine you went through everything.
Yeah, this was at the point where I still planned on digging the hole and burying them right there. So this was when I'm like going through the house, bagging everything up. I was going to put it in the car, and I was going to go dump it out, but I said, I don't know.
I don't know if I asked you this before, but so the plan is you're going to bury all three of them in this big hole, right? At what point do you say, actually, there's no way I can do this because Rich was so big?
Yeah, Rich was too heavy at that point.
Okay.
I feel like all the dead weight from being, from decomposing silver in the early stages made him heavier. I could not even barely move him. I don't know how the hell you guys got him out there.
It took a lot.
I couldn't get him out there.
Yeah, so, so you just like kind of, if this isn't going to happen, you need to think of something else.
Yeah, and so I came up with a scheme where I was going to stay in Ohio for like a month or two and bulk up and wait for the bodies to decompose a little more, and pay their rent, and then come down, get them buried, trash the house, and then have to worry about shit.
Did you have a plan as to like what time of day or night you were going to try to get them out of the house into that hole? Because
that's probably midnight.
Midnight?
Yeah,
okay.
Midnight's at 1 a.m.
I mean, you were there for what, a couple weeks, right?
What, total 10?
No.
Oh,
in total.
In total.
From the time you got there and they're alive, and then you kill them, and you stay in the house with your kids. I mean, because you stayed in the house with the kids until about 6 days.
Yeah.
Right around there, correct? With them deceased in the house.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, because I go through the neighborhood a lot, and it's an older community, a lot of people, and I don't know if you know anything about older communities. They want to know what everything's going on.
Oh yeah.
So that was actually one of my questions. I really wanted to ask you was, what was the plan of how you were going to get them out without anybody seeing you and getting them into the hole?
Oh, okay. So the plan was to have the hole dug up a couple hours before we put them in there and everything. So I had the holdup up. Granted, I don't think it was deep enough. Definitely wasn't deep enough. I wanted it deeper, but my paranoia was kind of playing at me because, like you said, I'm very aware of how old people function. They're very finicky. They need to know what's going on, peeking out their window every 20 minutes type shit. And then, yeah, I was going to put them in there. First, I was going to put the bodies in those tarps, wrap them up in the tarp, tie it with the rope, drag them with the rope, like, while it's, on the tarp and everything, tied up on the tarp, and then put them in that hole.
Okay. And when you speak of the rope, you're talking about the one that was laid out on the living room floor with the loop, like the boating loop, the stuff you bought at Home Depot?
Yeah.
Okay. And, something I just thought of something else. See, I'm getting tired too, and like I have a question in my mind, and then I ask you one question, and I forget the second question.
I do have a question, though.
Okay. If I can answer it, well, I can't promise you.
Yeah. Since I've been so cooperative, I know it's very highly unlikely, but we both know I'm going to Florida after this. That'll be expedited to Florida. Would there be any way I can see my kids for like 15, 20 minutes before I leave? Because this is going to be my last time before I see them, before they're adults.
Correct. I doubt it. There's no way I could say that you could. What I can do for you is, if you would like, I can give you this. You can keep the same notebook and piece of paper, and you can write them a letter. Do you want to do that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll do that.
What did he just request?
7 pieces of paper. Can you do it on 3 pieces of paper?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Want me to give you some time alone so you can write it?
No, because I don't even know what that. Don't worry about it. I got money on my books. I came in here with like $1,300 something. I plan on saving it and using it on hygiene and leather shit. So I'll just eventually send something to my mom to give to them.
But okay, how much money did you get from pawning all the jewelry?
This is my own money. This wasn't from the pawn.
Doesn't matter.
What I got from that was, I would say, relatively $3,000 to $4,000.
3,000 to 4,000 from all the different pawn shops.
Yeah.
And was it pawn shops in Florida?
Yeah, there were some in Florida.
Some in Florida, and the rest were up here.
Yeah.
Or did you stop anywhere en route to Ohio? Any other pawn shops?
No, just here in Ohio.
So, in Florida, because you're in Ohio now, in Florida, you pawned them by yourself with the kids, right? You come to Ohio, and is that where you get Caitlin to pawn them for you, or you pawn them with Caitlin? I don't remember.
I pawned them.
But Caitlin's with you?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Where do you get that money that you have on you when you were arrested? Like you said, it was your money.
Yes. Well, like I said, I worked in the oil field and everything, so I had some money. I had like relatively $6,000.
He's lying.
$7,000 like that before I went to Florida.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a question. Because, obviously if it was monies that you acquired from killing them and then stealing and then pawning, that would be money that would be seized, right? You understand that, right? Because it's money you got in commission of a felony.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I asked, because I'm going to make sure, because what I wanted to do is I don't want you to think you're going to have this commissary. If it was evidentiary, it's going to get seized, then you're not going to have commissary. I just want to make sure that if you want to write your kids a letter, that you could do it.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it down the road,
I'll do it down the road.
that's fine.
I'm sure I'll have a long ass time before this case is even solved anyway.
Solved?
Well, not solved, but
resolved in court, is what you're saying.
Which, if you don't mind, now I have a couple of questions for you.
Like I said, I'll answer anything I can.
So, what's going to happen now? Obviously, I gave you the whole story. I'm sure we're going to go over it a couple more times. What's going to happen to me now?
Well, I just said,
well, you're going to be homeless.
That could be extradited.
Extradited.
And then, then the court would
But I've seen, I've watched First 48 and all that stuff.
As do I. I watch it all the time. Believe it or not, I do.
I'm sure you do, because it's your job and you want to learn from other people's mistakes. But even when it comes to Why is it when it comes to cases like these, like, say I, like, gave you the full story, you know, you guys know everything that happened.
And not only do we have, you murdered 3 people in Tarpon Springs, you finally came out with the truth that, hey, I murdered my wife in Newport Richie.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I had to tell you guys, you know.
And we appreciate that, and Jamie deserves it. You would agree to that, right? She doesn't deserve to be buried in the backyard, right? I mean, she deserves a proper burial.
Exactly.
Because your kids are going to get older. They need to know what happened to my mom, and be able to maybe go to a cemetery plot and, you know, at least pay their respects and know where she is. You agree?
Of course.
You know, and I think that was weighing on you. I mean, I'm sure, that's a lot to hold in for a year. You know, all these big charades you're doing, the phone, you know, and this and that, and just, you're going.
Not to sound like an idiot, but it's almost a relief to be caught. The only thing that sucks is not being a part of my kid's life, obviously.
Right, but I can tell you right now, like I told you, it goes a long time. The amount of weight of what you have on you, in your heart, your head, on your shoulders, however you want to word it, of killing 4 people, to get that out and finally be able to tell somebody is almost like, I don't want to say uplifting, I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for, but you feel both the weights are off you, right? Because you're like, oh my God, I finally got this out. I was finally like, I'm free of it.
Yeah, I mean, because I can't tell anybody.
Right.
I can't tell people that shit.
Right. I know what I thought of.
What?
Cellular phones. Rich and Laura, did they have cellular phones?
Yes.
What happened to the cellular phones?
I forget what happened to his. To Rich's. Hers, I kept a hold of. I even texted their family here and there because they were getting worried. You know, I was trying to do that whole bullshit again. And then I got rid of them this morning. To be honest with you, I saw that I was caught on the news and everything.
So you saw it on the news?
Yeah. Well, not on our news up here,
Mm-hmm.
but I looked it up because, you know, I think I got paranoid to some extension. And again, I committed murder, so of course I'm going to be paranoid about shit. But yeah, all I did was type in 3 deaths in Tarpon Springs and then 3 dead, and I was like, yep, time to get rid of the phones.
Okay. Where did you get rid of them?
I just threw them on the road, off of West 117.
West 117. I've never been to Ohio other than driving through my way to Michigan. Okay. Do you remember, like, if I brought a detective in that is familiar with this area, would you be able to tell them where you threw them out?
Yeah, it's literally right off of Madison and 117.
Madison and 117.
I don't know if you were able to find it though, because that was yesterday morning.
Do you remember what kind of phones they are?
One smartphone.
Droid or Apple?
Droid.
One smartphone, Droid?
Yeah. And
whose was that?
That was hers. She had 2 phones.
She had 2, okay.
Just one of those old school, not flip phones, but what came after the flip phones, those keypad phone things.
Okay, and that was his?
That was hers, too. Like I said, I don't remember what happened to his. I think I got rid of it.
Who were you texting people on? Which phone? Do you remember?
The keypad phone.
Keypad phone? This is the one you were texting family. Do you remember? I know you may not remember, and do you know who you were texting? Do you know what family member it was?
Yes.
Who was it?
Here, I can write it down. Catherine is Laura's niece. Barb is her sister-in-law. And her actual real name.
Okay, you just write it underneath it.
Sorry.
What I'm going to do is, I'm going to bring in one of the detectives momentarily, just so you can describe the area of where you think you threw the phones out. You know, obviously we would like to recover them if we can.
Go ahead.
This is wild. It says, future resident of jail.
right where that bridge is at, right underneath the bridge is where I threw the phones.
By the rapids there? There's that
I'm
big
still
bridge.
not really familiar with the super area.
But there's a deal
right,
bridge over there.
Yeah, it's right before that Home Depot.
Okay. So right by the bridges on 117.
Yes.
You think they were landed in the street?
Yeah, I drove in the street.
Yeah, because that when you're going down, it goes down. So you got walls on both sides.
Yeah.
Because it goes down, kind of past ground level.
Mm-hmm.
And you got these big, huge walls on each side, and then there's a walkway on each side. So
yeah, that's exactly.
So where they hit the street?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I know. The gloves. There was like an orange gloves. They were in the living room. There was a pair of gloves. There was one on the floor and one on a table.
I might just use it to put on while I was cleaning stuff up.
And then the duct tape was the Gorilla tape, the big black roll of Gorilla tape.
To roll up the tarps.
That's what you're going to use for the tarps. Okay.
So it's just the 3 phones that I might find out there? Two.
Yeah. One smartphone Droid and one keypad phone. We don't know what the brand.
Well, like a flip phone?
Kind of like a flip phone, but the generation that came after it.
Anything else
They're
with it?
Verizon phones, if that makes it easier too.
Sure, we can couple phones up there. Anything else with it? Nothing, just the 2 phones.
You can throw them together or one at a time?
One at a time, but like, boom, and then
So how fast do you think you're driving? Just so we know how to space it out.
Oh, I was driving like 35.
35, you throw one, and then right after you throw another one, so they're going to be a little bit distance apart.
Today's Thursday.
This was in the morning.
Today?
Yeah.
In the morning today?
Yeah.
So they might.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on Wednesday morning?
Yeah.
So they might.
No, I'm sorry, Thursday morning. Thursday.
Okay, so this morning.
Yeah.
Okay. So they might still be there.
Hopefully, if they didn't get run over or anything.
Okay, well, even if they did, we still want to recover.
Pizzas.
So, okay, all right, thank you. All right, the last thing is, and the reason I'm going to ask you is because we're at 4, and we're getting everything off just a blank on your screen.
Oh, I thought you meant like 4 a.m.
No, it's 2:55.
I know what you mean by 4 now.
Yeah, you've killed 4 people. Admittedly, you killed, you murdered your wife, you murdered Rich, Laura, and Nick. So you've murdered 4 people. Is there any other bodies in any other states?
No.
We've never killed anyone else.
We've never killed.
Never killed anyone in Texas.
I would never kill
Never killed anyone in Ohio. So
I would definitely come out and tell you.
well, I believe you. I mean, you're being upfront and honest, but we're here.
Yeah.
I want to make sure everything gets out. I want to make sure that Shelby has everything out. Shelby is clear conscience. He knows he told everything. And my last question to you is there anything else that we haven't talked about that I haven't asked you, and I've tried to be as detailed as possible, that you think I need to know about this case,
I
or
put the L in for you.
that Newport Richey Police or the Pasco Sheriff, do you know who covered that area? Was it a sheriff? Did you ever have the police come to your house when you lived on Norwood, where you killed Jamie at? Did you ever have the police come to your house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you know offhand, we'll find out, do you know, like if you would have called the police, was it Newport Richey Police that would have responded, or the sheriff that would have responded?
It would have been Newport Richey.
Because I don't know where is Norwood?
Norwood.
I know where Gulf High School is, I know where downtown is.
It is literally 15 minutes away from that Walmart by that mall.
Do you like remember a crossroad off of Norwood, like how to get there? If you don't, I know it's been long.
What's that main highway? Is that 52?
US 19.
US 19?
54. Main Street.
It's off of US 19. I can tell you that.
Norwood Avenue.
It's where that it'll be off the street where that big Wells Fargo is at. That big huge one on 19. That's kind of by that strip mall.
Okay. We'll find it.
Okay. And as for the exact house, I forget the number.
Okay. Well, and you're most likely going to be approached by a Newport Richey detective, or depending on if it's theirs, or Pasco Sheriff's Office detective in relation to Jamie, your wife, because that didn't occur in Tarpon Springs, that's not going to be my case. Okay? You're most likely going to have the visitor from one of them. Obviously, I'm going to notate everything you're telling me about it in my report to give to them in reference to recovering her. Is there anything else about that incident that you want to tell me now that you think they should know that I can pass on to them about what occurred? I just, this is your time. Like I told you, I'll stay here all night. We can talk all night. I want to make sure that Shelby has a chance to tell everything he wants to tell about everything involved.
I mean, I've basically told everything that I wanted to tell.
Okay.
I've made my,
made your peace.
You know that I didn't do this because I wanted to be evil and I wanted to kill people. I did it because I felt that I had no choice at that time period. You also know my wife was very abusive, both physically and mentally and emotionally. And like I said, please feel free to look into her record and you can see all the police calls and all that shit. You'll see that. But
and like I said, I mean, we know you like Domino's pizza. I know that. I saw the Domino's boxes in the house and on the patio, and who liked it? Is it the kids that love the chicken nuggets, or is that you too?
That's the kids. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because that's just what I had going on at the house before you guys jumped.
Did Daddy, you want chicken? Oh, does your daughter talk? A little bit, and obviously your son's too young to talk, right?
Yeah.
Is he walking?
He's walking, yeah.
Is he?
I feel bad for them, though. I really do, because...
Well, I feel bad for them also. I mean, their mother's gone, and for all intents and purposes, now their dad's gone because of what, unfortunately, is bad decisions. You're giving them a rough start. But you said that your mom's a good mom, right?
She is, and she'll do a wonderful job.
So you have that. At least you know, hey, they're with my mom. My mom's a good mom.
It just sucks because I'm literally their world.
Shelby, I'll tell you right now, I have a son. I can't fathom it. I can't. Based on what you're telling me, and I don't know you. You could be, I don't think you would, but you could be blowing smoke up my butt. I don't think you are. I think you're being completely honest. You've been nothing but forthright. You have no reason to not. From what everything you said, those kids are your world. All of this stuff revolves around what? Your love of your kids, right? Can't imagine. I have one child. Can't imagine. What you're going through, what's going through mine. I just can't do it.
It just sucks, laying in that bed, and I used to cuddle with them all the time because, after her, I didn't really like cuddling or sleeping with women, but my kids, oh man, I loved cuddling with them. Oliver, loves just coming over and sitting on my lap.
Makes your day, right?
Yeah.
I used to tell people all the time, I have the worst day in the world. When I go home and I see my kids, I forget about everything. Is that how you are, kind of?
They definitely helped me out with this year.
Yeah.
And I think somewhere in my head, I always knew I was going to get caught. To be honest with you, I was I've always been ready for this moment. That's why I've always told myself, if they catch me, there's no point in lying. Just be honest, honor these people, because...
All right. Well, we're going to finish up. The only other question I have, and the other detective that came up with me mentioned it to me because apparently they thought they had seen a girl with you. Did you ever have a girl at the house that somebody could have possibly thought was Jamie or anything like that in Tarpon Springs?
Oh, no.
It was always just you and the kids. You never had a female over to the house, never brought a date home or anything like that. I mean,
the only thing I can think of is when I bought weed off of somebody off Meet Me, but she didn't come in or anything. You can't have any, people come in the house when you got 3 dead bodies in the house. But she was pulled off on the side of the road, way down the way and everything when I picked up weed from her. So I don't know if people were getting, because I saw that on the news too, where someone mentioned that son-in-law, grandkids, and daughter had come down to visit. In my head, I'm like, definitely wasn't there.
And you never, you said you texted with Laura's phone. You never called with Rich's phone and talked to anybody, pretended to be him or anything like that?
I couldn't unlock the phone.
Oh, you couldn't unlock Rich's phone? Okay, but you never called anybody on any phone pretending to be Rich. It was only pretending to be Laura through text messages?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go just make sure that we have no other questions, and then we're going to wrap it up. Sound good? I will ask them. I can't make any decisions. This isn't my police department. I'm a guest. Okay?
Please tell them I have PTSD with cold.
I will tell them. Okay? You know, the only issue is safety factors. You know, if you're not suicidal or anything like that, you don't want to hurt yourself. Okay? Because that's usually the main reason they don't want to get blankets, especially in jails. Okay? I will ask them. Can't guarantee anything. Okay? But I'll see what they say. I'll be right back.
PTSD with cold could explain the sweater in the Florida courtroom.
All right, Shelby, we're done. All right, come on out. I'm gonna walk out. Hey, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you manning up. I really do.
I am sorry. I know it's not worth jack shit. It's really not. But I didn't want it like this, and I am sorry. And they were all good people. They really were.
Like I said, you just made some horrible choices. That we can't, and unfortunately we can't undo it. We can't come back from them.
Yeah.
But for what it's worth, in my opinion, this is just solely my opinion, you're going to help people get closure as to what happened. And in my book, and this is just my opinion, it goes a long way. I mean, you're manning up for
the jury's going to do that as well.
Horrible stuff. You said it yourself. I know it's horrible. You said it yourself, they didn't deserve it, but things happen. You can't take it back. Like you said, you can't take it back. So, all right, I'm gonna walk you out, okay?
There you go. Just take that blanket home.
All right, one down.
All right, members of the jury, let's go ahead and give you a 15-minute break, okay? Thank you.
Just listen to a chillingly calm confession, recounting everything starting from childhood, which was good. Everything went bad right around his 17, 18 years old. I think he's mentioned that was the time he started smoking weed, but he cites that as what helps him, not any cause of anything. But did a brief stint of homelessness for 6 months. Says that messed him up. And he's paranoid about being cold, has PTSD about being cold now. But it's surprising to watch him try to tell this story. He was only struggling with how to...
Especially if you don't have a transcript, it gets pretty exhausting.
How to open up
video, and then the next one's a little
tell them
bit
his
shorter,
wife was dead.
Not very much, so...
Because they did not know.
Do you want to just play the whole video after our 15-minute break?
I'm perfectly okay if the court wants to doing that first thing in the morning.
All right, unless you want to go out of order a little bit and put on the victim impact statements now and then have the detective come back tomorrow. I mean, that'll...
Sure. I think that's a great idea.
Oh, okay.
That's a great idea.
Any objection?
As I stand here now, I say no, but it might create some logistical issues with witnesses we have, so I'm going to have to get with them this evening. And I know we have a depo, at 7 o'clock this evening. So I'll try to do that and see what I can figure out with the witnesses. I don't think it's going to be a a huge issue with them. I don't anticipate. We probably have to rearrange a couple of them anyway. But because I still have to be opening as well. So I'll just have to check with them after, and I'll do my best to rearrange, but still have it make sense for the
Okay. All right, so you can step down, sir. Thank you. So I'll just tell them that we're hopefully more than halfway done with the detective, but we're in the middle of the detective. We're just going to put on a couple of other witnesses very quickly, and then we'll adjourn for the day, and then we'll come back at 8:45 tomorrow. I have a 4-page calendar tomorrow, so we're telling the lawyers to be here at 8:30 so we can be ready at 8:45. So we'll start at 8:45, and then I don't think we'll get all that far behind if we do that, right?
I don't think so. I agree. I don't know what the defense's lineup is. They keep telling me they're going to give me some indication of who was lined.
We can give you an idea of that.
All right. All right, Mr. Breinbaum, what do you think? Do you think that'll work out if we do it this way?
I think so. I mean, I think, it will probably mean that we'll have maybe a little bit of testimony on Thursday, but still probably can do postings on Thursday.
Is that a bang drink right there on the desk?
All right, well, we may end up having a lot of discussions on Thursday and then having closings on Friday. I don't know. We'll see.
That's a possibility as well.
We'll see. All right, so
we're booked for the week. So
right. So the next 2 witnesses are going to be victim impact witnesses, right? So I'll just tell them for the next 2 witnesses, blah blah blah, what I've been saying the whole time.
Blah blah blah. Right.
And then we'll hear from them. And then we'll adjourn for the day.
Okay.
That works great with my schedule, Judge.
You're good to set up the Zoom?
For tomorrow, yeah.
Are you not going to do victim impact right now?
Oh, okay. So, all right. The victim impact witnesses are Zoom witnesses, right? All right, well, let's see, because half the time this works and half the time it doesn't.
Okay, there's one victim impact via Zoom, and Mr. Doak is reading the other statement.
All right. Yeah, I think it's going to work.
So while they take the rest of their break, in Florida, when you plead guilty to a capital offense like this, and death penalty is an option, a jury has to determine if the death penalty is the right sentence. It does not take a unanimous jury. It takes less than unanimous. It takes majority jury. But they decide if you get death penalty or life without parole. So that is the whole purpose of this hearing. This is not a trial. This is a sentencing hearing. Sounds a lot like a trial because the jury gets to hear pretty much all the evidence that would have been presented at a trial, so they can understand the full case, understand if be able to make an educated decision as to whether this was particularly heinous and cruel and everything else. The other video is not going to be today. We're going to get two victim impact statements, which are included with the regular testimony, although the jury's told this is different. This is not to consider necessarily as evidence towards that, but you'll hear that explanation from the judge. He pled guilty. He was not found guilty. He pled guilty. As soon as they caught him, he basically gave up. Like you saw in that video, he gave it up, told the whole story. Mostly true. By that I mean, we did point out that you guys pointed out the one thing he said. He said he choked his wife until she died, and there was blood coming out of her nose. When they dug up her body, the skull was bashed in with a hammer, which indicates that he has a method he seems to revert to. Last time we've seen somebody quite so cold and calculated and just recounting what happened was the pianist, the Rose Petal murder, where he just play by play told us how things went down. It is chilling to hear it, and at the same time, get a little peek into his mind, where he's one point asks, "So how'd you catch me? Where did I mess up?" Even up to that point, thinking he had done a good job with everything he had done thus far, probably because it had worked the first time with his wife. What should I do differently next time? Seriously. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he's just a good guy all around. The lady bailiff that did a spell behind him there earlier today in court, she had her eye on him. If he would have flinched the wrong muscle, I think she would have taken him down. Because they're ending a little bit early, well, we've got to be done by 5. That'll get me an hour to load up. Get there by 6, set up for 7. Yeah, that'll work. We might have some time for a little bit of a palate cleanser, a much-needed palate cleanser. See if I can find it here. Just before the sponge diving. Okay, 26 minutes, 20 seconds. We might do that, Josh. It's a good one. What kind of trouble he's caused in jail? I haven't heard of any bad behavior in jail. He has a little stubby pen. That's what he's writing with. There are a couple of times today that the defense has stipulated, they're just sharing a little joke, a little laugh together with the bailiff. The defense has stipulated to some things, like what we saw with the DNA witness today, where they basically said, we agree, we're okay, we say this is all right. And the state still wants to read the slow version. I'm not sure if the state knows how to abbreviate evidence when it's been stipulated to. Apparently he's in good with the bailiffs. Little smiles and laughs all around. This is not true, Greeners. He doesn't even get to see the copies before they go out. What is his book about? People who have bought it and read it are still answering that same question, and they're struggling to do so. Cameraman has now balanced the camera even more crooked than before. This is so bad. Too soon, Greeners. Too soon on that one. Notes whichever prison he's sent to, do not allow him to have anything to do with construction or repairs. Just saying. Or I agree. It feels like a full trial, right? Wiggle Styles, it's discussing he was allowed to publish a book while in jail. Funny thing is anyone can do it, and it doesn't even have to be good. It doesn't even have to be spelled right. Through the joy of the internet and Kindle Direct Publishing, you too can publish a book. Just dump whatever text you want in a document and pay the right fee, and it will be printed. Wondered why he was able to bury his wife and live there 10 months, and her parents' brother never asked questions on where she was. Did they ever try to call her? Maybe she didn't have a relationship. I don't think she did have a great relationship with them, but he was able to push it off and blame a whole bunch of different reasons and carry on with text and send pictures and things like that to try to keep him happy. But they got suspicious, which is why he had to go to Mom and Dad's house and take care of them as well. Doesn't take a genius to figure this out, but obviously he did not. That this is like a reverse pyramid scheme. Very quickly, the number of people you have to kill to keep the previous murder quiet gets exponentially large. As he went from 1 to 3, then that family started asking questions. Yep, if you publish on Kindle Direct Publishing, it automatically gets listed in Amazon, I believe. Sarah, you've missed a bit. You've missed a bit. Yeah, this is a self-confessed quadruple murderer. He's only being tried for the last 3 in this trial. He's currently in prison, serving time for the first one. But all the victims were related, and he killed the 3 because they were asking questions about the 1. Well, he killed the 2 because they were asking questions about the 1, and he killed the 3rd because he would have found out about the 2. So, yes. Debbie, I wouldn't waste your free book on his. Read the review. Read the review on his book. It's pretty bad. The wife was first. Killed her, buried her in the backyard, trashed the house, abandoned it. The construction crew that went in, I guess, didn't notice the blood, but they did because they took pictures of before and after. So there were pictures that they were able to get from the construction crews that did the demolition and renovation, not demolition, but the renovation inside the home. But he had piled enough garbage in the backyard over where they buried the body that nobody noticed. Just right outside the back door, that there was a grave-size hole that had been freshly dug. The bio was, I haven't even read the bio. His book tour is brief, and it's through the glass. What blows me away on this is that he thinks that he was so good at this. I mean, literally, he used the term, "I'm a criminal mastermind. There's nothing I can't do now." He used that in talking to his girlfriend. He was always just like solving the problem in the moment. It's like, oh no, the bodies smell really bad. Well, back up. Oh no, we've got bodies on the floor. Let's drag them in the bedroom so the son doesn't find out. Son's there, drags him in the bedroom. Oh no, my kids will see it. Let's drag the couch in front of the door so my kids can't open the door. Oh no, they smell bad. Let's dump paint on them so it won't smell bad. He's always just like, he's reactionary to everything. This isn't some plan, a master plan that he built and is following. I think the break should be over now.
All right, you may be seated. All right, we had everything all set up with Zoom. I still have one participant on there. I know my Jay
If you zoom in so I
the
can
lawyers
see.
and others link. All right, so she's not on here yet, as far as I know.
Well, you're right, I could read this one in first while she's getting ready, so.
Let's make sure she's there and getting ready, okay? Do you have a phone number for her?
What's that?
You have a phone number for her?
Yes. She said she was wrong.
Oh. So she's in the process of getting on?
It sounds like it.
Let's wait till she gets on. Do you want to do her first if she's on? Or do you want to do yours first?
I'd rather read it first and then have her.
Okay. I just want to make sure she's on and then,
I understand.
so we'll have to take a break in between.
One of the family members is saying that she has logged in.
Oh.
So she's just waiting now to be let in, I guess.
Well, all right. I mean, I still got one participant here. That's me. All right. And I could start over, see what happens.
Eddie had the book briefly. It's not on his desk now. There was one point during the Facebook messaging portion where he did read a few pages.
And Judge, I got the link. Thank you. I think your jury signed it.
Okay.
Stifles a yawn. Let's see. So we are mid testimony from the lead detective, but they're gonna break here. What we're gonna get is instead the testimonies or the victim impact statements from two victims. And then we're going to break for the day. And then tomorrow we're going to continue and I believe finish with the last witness, this lead detective again, and watch another couple hours of interrogation. Probably round 2, possibly with the same. He did, I mean, you heard him say it himself. You're probably going to ask me these questions a couple times. We're going to go through this a couple times together. It's going to either be that or it might be the other police department that asked him the questions. I don't think it will be. I think it'll be this one. Probably a little shorter version. He was planning on confessing. I'd say he planned on confessing better than he planned these murders. Says I could really use some chicken nuggets right now. Domino's maybe. Still waiting for the Zoom connection to be made. What's that can next to the computer, next to the apple? What drink is that? What's everybody drinking there? I know Mr. Nealy has a cup of water. He's tired. He's been up working on his sequel. Celsius. Is that an energy drink, or is that just like a... I'm guessing none of these drinks are alcoholic. If the lawyers are drinking them in court. They're bangs. Just drinking it in front of him. Flavored water. Thank you, Greeners. I will pass, but the invitation, I guess, is always out there. It's so bad. Read us his short book bio. Okay, give me a second. Let me hurry and Google. For the fourth time, this is being Googled on Amazon or checked on Amazon. If we search too many times, then it's going to be trending. Finished. The Chaos Begins. That's the name of the book. Can't find it. Let's see. Put too many I's in finished.
In front of the Walmart.
There it is. All right, where's the bio? Read a sample. Oh, it's a dedication page. Oh, man. It's copyrighted. Which, now hear me out here. Hear me out. I can't read it to you because he literally could sue me for lost revenue. But he dedicates to Grace, Bridget, and Maria. Let's see. Grace, Bridget, and Maria are in the acknowledgments. Oh my goodness, I'm going to throw up a little in my mouth. Here's to many more ladies. And long live Shelby's Angels. Does he have a fan club? Does he have a fan club? Special thanks to the therapist, the Drop Dead Gorgeous. You're finding the theme here. The therapist was responsible for scanning the handwritten draft, which was originally 912 pages. Holy cow. Get it typed. Dedicates to his kids as well. And if you're reading it, it's your father's hope that you're much older than your current ages at the time of this writing, as this book isn't intended for young readers and will likely spark awkward questions and conversations with wonderful people raising you. So there's that. IT guys are here. You can see he's wearing the polo shirt. Table of contents. It's got titles like A Deal with the Devil, Goodbye, My Friends, No Holding Back, An Unlikely Companion, Monsters from a Nightmare, The Hero, The prologue is terrible. Guys, it's terrible. You don't want to read this. The judge is looking over the shoulder saying, "What are you doing to my computer?" The formatting is terrible on this.
Okay, that's the start. All right, and you still want to read yours first, right? Okay. All right, ma'am, so just hang on, and when we're ready for you, I'll let you know. Okay, I'll put you under oath, and then you can read your statement, okay? All right, so let's bring the jury back in. I'll explain to them what we're doing, and then we'll get started.
Thank you.
773 pages. I will give you a link, but you don't want it, just for the record. Give me a second. Okay, that is a link to the book on Amazon. You can read the prologue there on Amazon Pages without ever having to pay a penny. How many were sold? Apparently 2. I'll read you the book reviews. Here we go. Starting with the 5-star. Get lost in a creative and compelling world. Creative and compelling. It's easy to get lost in the world and the characters that Mr. Nealy has created. Highly recommend the read. That's from MD. I'm guessing that's one of the people who wrote it or edited it. Next one. Matt Robbins says, 1 star, trash. This book is garbage. Terribly written and it's all over the place. Hard to follow. MD. Let me see if MD is one of the people he gives credit to at the beginning. Let's see. Read a sample. Maria? It might be Maria.
It's 4:22, and Detective Anderson has a fairly significant amount of testimony that is remaining. So what we're going to do is to go out of order a little bit, and we're going to hear from a couple of victim impact witnesses in a row. The first one is going to be read by one of the prosecutors, Mr. Doig, and then we'll hear from the other one by Zoom. So Mr. Doig, you may proceed with reading one of the witnesses' victim impact statement again. Let me tell you this, you are about to hear evidence about the impact of this murder on the family of Richard Ivanchik, Laura Ivanchik, and Nicholas Ivanchik. This evidence will be presented to show the victim's uniqueness as an individual and the resulting loss from their deaths. However, you may not consider this evidence as an aggravating factor. Mr. Doig, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. When my sister, Laura, and brother-in-law, Rich, along with nephew, Nick, were murdered, the world lost a lot of goodness. Rich was a person that if you even mentioned something needed to be done or fixed, he was there along with Nick or one of his younger sons doing it, or
you can't read the handwriting,
helping before you even knew it, and wanted nothing except a thank you or a love you. He would do anything for you if you needed something, and if he had it, it was yours. Laura was a beautiful, kind, and caring soul. Even when she could not have kids, she and Rich took in foster kids, and they were all treated like their own. Some even called later on when they were placed permanently, wanting to talk to her. Laura was my best friend and sister. If I needed anything, she could help. She did. And the same went for my kids. She was like a second mom to them. Wanting to go or be with her and Rich. When my mom had a stroke, my sister came to help, and Rich told her to go and stay as long as she needed, because family comes first. Rich and Nikki both came to see Mom because they loved her. Anybody that knew Laura and Rich knew they would be treated as almost family, but always a friend. Nick was a nice young man, and he was caring for his grandma, Nana, as she was called. He came back from Florida to visit her when she was sick, and he would joke a little and just sit by her because he knew it made her happy. As you can hear from the few examples I have written down, you can see that the Ivancic family was a true good family that would only help anyone. Respectfully, Luann M. Lawrence.
Thank you. And the next witness is Sarah Lawrence. Ma'am, if you can please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, you may proceed with your statement.
My name is Sarah Lawrence. I want to take the time to thank you, Judge, and the jury for allowing me to express my feelings and thoughts regarding the situation. As the niece and cousin of the murdered family, I have spent a lot of agonizing time over the 6 years trying to rebuild the world that was ripped away from me. I've spent a good portion of the last few years thinking about the legacy that my Aunt Laura and my Uncle Rich have left behind. The kindness and love that they shared with everyone they encountered. The kind of impact you only hear about in stories or movies. My Aunt Laura was my absolute best friend. To be honest, she was a second mom to me. I could go to her when I felt like I had no one else to go to, and I could confide anything in her and not worry about feeling alone. Because that was one of the most incredible things about my Aunt Laura. You never had to wonder if she loved you. She made sure you knew. The kindness and grace she poured into the world and everyone around her was immeasurable. My Uncle Rich, he would do absolutely anything to help anyone if he could. The shirt off his back was yours if you needed it. The kind of strength and love he provided to not only his family, but everyone around him was enough to make you feel like you were the most important human being in the entire room. The family my Aunt Laura and Uncle Rich not only provided for all of us, but to several foster kids, loving them and caring for them as if they were their own, which ultimately led to them adopting my two cousins. Nick was so incredibly special to me, from growing up fishing with Nick and building racetracks for his Hot Wheels, to watching our favorite TV shows and staying up late laughing. My family might not have been perfect, but the one thing we all knew how to do perfectly was love each other. The love, the strength, and the kindness that we all had for each other and the world around us was immeasurable. In my life, I learned the kindness and grace from my Aunt Laura, the strength and calmness from my Uncle Rich, the drive and determination from Nick. All of these lessons and beautiful moments were stripped away. A quote I've been remembering over the last few years is that love is grief with no place to go. It's all the love that's built up, but with no one to give it to. I think that's why the last 6 years have been so unbearable, not only for myself, but for the rest of my family. The amount of love we had built up for our family that was ripped away to the point of being unbearable to carry around due to the weight of this grief. The last bit I can leave everyone with is to please remember that they were incredible, loving, and vibrant beings. We are a family that was ripped to pieces. The pieces we've been left to pick up and sort through. All of the remnants of love that have guided us through the last 6 years are now all we have left of these beautiful lives to get us through the rest of ours. The grief of loss is forever looming over us. Not only the grief for missing them, but now the grief of the things that they are going to miss. I no longer get to have my Aunt Laura help me pick out my wedding dress. I no longer get to dance with my uncle or have him walk me down the aisle. I no longer get to experience my future with my best friends. And I no longer get to create new moments and new memories of my life with them. All we are left with is the past, when they had such a beautiful, bright future ahead of them. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
She followed the edits the judge made perfectly. That's difficult.
All right, members of the jury, that's all the testimony we're going to hear today and all the evidence we're going to see today. So we did finish a little bit early today. If we had kept going, we would have finished rather late. So Tomorrow, be back here at 8:45. We do have a very small motion calendar. It should just last from 8:30 to 8:45. You never know, though. But as far as I know, we should be able to start right at 8:45. Again, don't read anything about the case. Don't hear anything about the case. Do whatever you can to make sure you don't hear or see anything at all.
Don't see bailiffs ready.
Anyone have any questions or anything? All right. Well, have a good evening. Have a nice restful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow, 8:45.
We'll just check and see if there's anything that the judge wants to talk over with the two sides before we wrap up for the day. Don't think there's much more to object to that the defense has not already objected to. They've already objected to these videos, and they're not happy. Well, they got the edits they wanted. Bouncy bailiff doing his thing. People be leaving.
Victim impact statements we're going to hear. As I said yesterday, I'm going to put in the court file the final versions of the victim impact statements. Obviously, they've been modified throughout to make sure that it complies with Payne versus Tennessee and the Florida statute and the Florida case law. And then even these final versions also were modified to take out things that were not appropriate under the case law. So we can go ahead and put these into evidence at this point. I think I actually have them in chronological order as far as when they testified, and this will be court's exhibit number 2 for identification. It's a composite exhibit, so there's 5 of them. If you want to say A through E, I guess you can do that, but there they are. All right, anything else we need to talk about before we adjourn for the evening?
No, Judge.
Okay, so much more besides just interview number 2?
That was it.
Okay.
Clean up a little bit of the markings on some of the exhibits, but other than that, there's very little left.
Okay.
So they're going to rest tomorrow.
Talking outside, it's probably going to be, we'll probably end up taking a lunch break, we were thinking, before we start with our case. And we might be able to go before that.
Rear view of their court recorder.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, that second interview is around 2 hours, right? So, I mean, if you start around 9, if you're realistic, that's 11. You clean things up, 11:15. I mean, you can do an opening at that point, but...
I've got cross.
Oh, okay. All right. Still going to be cross. All right. All right. Well, we'll see what happens, but it's probably more likely than not that you can do your opening after lunch. All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. So are you going to have Zoom witnesses tomorrow?
We are, Judge. I did receive the link. Thank you again for that. And we will send that out.
All right. So we'll see how smoothly that goes tomorrow.
Do you do know how to put people in waiting rooms?
Here's the thing. I was decent at it during COVID, but COVID was a long time ago. So I probably need a refresher class. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, one of the options you could do is we could log in and you could allow us to be host and we could do it for you. It's an option if you want.
Don't surrender the power, Judge.
I could show you how to designate someone as a host, and that's an option.
All right. Or
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll wing it. It'll work. All right. So we'll see you tomorrow.
I think we're done. The judge is going to figure out Zoom on his own time. All right. That brings us to the end of the day. Judge's biggest concern in life is how to put people in waiting rooms for tomorrow, because we'll have a few Zoom witnesses. All right. That is everything. She is clickety-clacking on that thing. If I was in charge of a record, all we would have is bring the jury. 80s has already started cleaning up, which means we need to get out of here. Once he turns the lights off, the lights go. I mean, lights off, you've got to be gone. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So, I've got a little gig tonight I've got to go set up for. This gives me plenty of time to get everything in order. Oh, wait. Don't go anywhere. Scratch that. We had a video we were going to play. We had a little something we were going to get to. That's half an hour long. And everyone who preemptively left will miss it. Let's see, where was this? Alrighty, where are we at? 57th, it was this one, and it was back at the beginning. Pause for a second. Can we watch this at 1.25 speed? Is that okay? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Everybody ready? Hold the music. Stop cleaning these. Thank you. Judge William Bailagari. How do you say his name? I mean, not that you can type it would make it any better, but probably chick's like, I was halfway to the car, now I'm going all the way back. Sheldon, happy birthday. How did we miss you? Sheldon, happy birthday. I'm so sorry for neglecting you early on. I tell you what, I can do this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sheldon. Happy birthday to you. What was the judge saying? Does he not know he's live?
And he's gone.
It's the state of Michigan.
We have his phone number, don't we?
The defendant disappeared.
I have an 8616 number. Let's try it.
Beep, 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 beep. Ring, ring. Ring, ring. Hello, this is court. Where are you at?
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please.
I'll try a different number. That one is no good. Yes, we're going to cover the Brian Kohberger sentencing. Oh, it's ringing this time. Put it on speaker. We might slow this down. We've got enough time.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, yeah, this
Mr.
is
Gonzalez. This is Judge Belarjan. I'm calling from the 57th District Court. We saw that you were trying to log in to the courtroom. Well, that you were in the courtroom, but then you disconnected. So we were trying to reach out to you so that we could connect with you via telephone. Please reconnect to the courtroom immediately, and we can proceed.
Or else we'll send out a bench warrant, and we'll come and pick you up.
Mr. Gonzalez, please unmute yourself. Mr. Gonzalez, you're muted. You need to unmute yourself. There you go. All right. All right, let's go on the record in the matter of the People State of Michigan versus Fernando Gonzalez, file 221744ST. Let's have appearances.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. John Duffield for the people of the state of Michigan.
Mr. Gonzalez, state your name, please.
Can we not see him?
Mr. Gonzalez, please state your name.
Things are not going well for this judge.
Mr. Gonzalez is choosing not to identify himself on the record, so we're just going to be proceeding. So I do note that Mr. Gonzalez had a motion for dismissal. I presumed he wished to verbally argue it, although I have reviewed the motion. Do you have any response to Mr. Gonzalez's motion?
Your Honor, at this point, I would ask that the motion be denied and that the proceeding and that the defense trial proceed accordingly. Thank you.
Mr. Gonzalez, do you wish to make any further statement beyond your written motion?
I stand mute, Judge.
Choosing not to respond. I have reviewed the motion and note that there's no basis in law for the motion for dismissal in this matter. All of the arguments are specious, and I will deny the motion for
specious. New word of the day.
Proceeding
specious.
Now. Second.
I think the judge has his actual background as his real background, or a picture of his background as his background. And now, so he has blur my background on, or fake little green screen. That's why his chair keeps disappearing. But it's a setting he probably could turn off, but the angle is not very good. See right here.
My court reporter advised that Mr. Gonzalez had sent a text that he was not able to get his mic working, so I'm going to back proceedings up a little bit to accommodate that if he would choose.
We thought we had a soft sit on our hands, Judge. Apparently it's just a technical issue.
Your Honor, while Mr. Gonzalez reconnects, the people have one proposed exhibit. When I get it marked.
Sure.
Thank you.
This is a palate cleanser. A palate cleanser is basically like a tongue scraper, but for your eyeballs and your ear balls, or your ear holes. There we go. We've had some crazy testimony today, so this is supposed to make a little lighthearted finish. Specious means superficially plausible, but actually wrong. I feel bad for the 250 people who left already and are going to miss out on this. They already missed out on the earballs, which I'm not sure if it's one word or two.
Can you respond?
I think it's 2 word.
No.
This is unacceptable. A year and a half of COVID, and we can't figure out Zoom.
Try calling him again once you get done marking that.
Yeah, let's call him again. Leave another message. See how that works. Since the first one was so successful, this time threaten him with the bench warrant. So if you look at the camera of where he's looking, the camera that's looking at him is down at the desk.
Tell him to disconnect and connect again.
But the view of the books is from a similar angle that we're at. So clearly his backdrop is a still image Also, you can see the flags are just in different positions. The stars are visible on the left, and the stars and stripes, but they're not on the right. No. It's close.
I keep getting hung up on no cell service and I'm using Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Hey.
Yes, now we can hear you. Very good. All right, state your name for the record.
My name is Fernando Gonzalez, living man.
Very good.
I'm here
And we already have
representing my
appearance of
corporate
Mr.
fiction of the
Duffield.
exact same name.
In regard to the matter for motion to dismiss, Mr.
Your Honor?
Gonzalez?
Your Honor.
I did hear you identify yourself as Fernando Gonzalez. Thank you. Please proceed with your motion
Yes.
for dismissal.
I'm here representing my corporate fiction of the same name, and I'm here to motion.
Well, you're here as you're here as Fernando Gonzalez, because
Right,
if you're
but
not
I'm
here
not-
as Fernando Gonzalez, I will have to issue a bench warrant for Fernando Gonzalez.
You and I both know I'm representing my corporate fiction, the all caps name.
You cannot do that. You cannot represent a party other than yourself, sir.
Well, then we got a problem.
You and I both know that. So,
No,
proceeding
that's
as
not true.
Fernando Gonzalez,
If
do
I
you
own
wish
a
to
name-
address your motion for? Do you wish to address your motion for dismissal?
Yeah, I would like to challenge
Please do
jurisdiction
so.
like you didn't. I'm here by special appearance to challenge jurisdiction and motion to dismiss for lack of
jurisdiction.
Lack of jurisdiction.
There we go.
I mean, I've all but trademarked my corporate fiction name.
All but.
You know, we're going to just have to do this again in 6 months once it's trademarked.
Well, that's not true. Your motion is dismissed and denied because it is not based on any actual recognized legal basis. So in regard to the trial,
I object to that.
Stop.
Okay, that's fine.
Pause.
And
Pause. I have to grab that. I have to grab that. Well, that's not true. Let's go back right here. Here we go.
know that. So proceeding as
true.
Fernando Gonzalez,
If
do
I
you wish
own a
to
name-
address your motion for? Do you wish to address your motion for dismissal?
Yeah, I would like to challenge
Please do
jurisdiction
so.
like you didn't. I'm here by special appearance to challenge jurisdiction and motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction. I mean, I've all but trademarked my corporate fiction name. You know, we're going to just have to do this again in 6 months once it's trademarked.
Well, that's not true. Your motion is dismissed and denied because it is not based on any actual recognized legal basis. So in regard to the trial,
I object to that.
Okay,
I
that's
object to
fine.
that
You can
strongly.
object. And upon receipt of your judgment, you can go ahead and file an appeal on that if you so choose. But we are proceeding. Mr. Duffield.
Thank you. I would call Deputy Louise Hempston to the stand. Your Honor, would you like me to approach the podium or may I stay at the table through the duration of questioning?
You can remain at the table.
There's no copy of my.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
That's it.
Have a seat. State your name. Spell it for the record.
Louise Hempston, Hempston.
Very good. Please proceed.
Thank you. Deputy Hempston, where are you currently employed?
Ayden County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you been employed at that location? Or that employer?
Almost 5 years.
Right. And what are your job duties entail?
Road patrol for the Sheriff's Office.
Do you recall making a traffic stop with Mr. Fernando Gonzalez? I believe it was June of 2022?
Yes, June 26, 2020.
And do you know where this traffic stop was located?
It was on the northbound 131 on the 66 mile marker. It would have been in the Wayland Lake Township.
And what was the nature of the stop? Why did you initiate a stop?
I observed a vehicle traveling in front of me. It was going northbound. I was also going northbound. The vehicle did not have a license plate registration attached to it, I could see.
And so you initiated a traffic stop at that point?
Yes, sir.
Did you make contact with
Mello,
the
thank you for that.
Driver of the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Did you ask the driver for their license and registration?
Yes, I did.
Did the driver provide you such documentation?
I
gotta object.
And that's
What is your objection?
He's labeling me a driver when he has no proof that I was transporting goods, services, or passengers for hire.
Your objection's overruled. Please proceed.
Thank you. Again, did he provide any the documentation that you requested?
When I asked for them, he said that he did not have them, and then he told me he wasn't driving, he was traveling.
Do you recall what type of vehicle
traveling.
The individual was in?
It was a silver Ford, I believe it was a Focus.
And to your knowledge, is that a motor vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to identify the driver in some capacity or in some way?
Yes, I was. There were some legal documents. The driver would not identify himself, and I attempted to look at the VIN plate on the front dashboard and the front windshield, which is obscured by some paperwork. That paperwork were legal documents and identified a person's name, and it also identified an address. I used that address and that name using Lean to come up with a name and a picture that identified the same person as was driving the vehicle.
And did you, when that was pulled up in your law enforcement information network, did that include information on whether the individual had a valid driver's license?
Send operator status was denied, suspended. So,
did you inform the operator of the vehicle about this?
Yes.
All right. And then was the individual whose name you read and who law enforcement information network provided you the information, was that individual Fernando Gonzalez?
Yes.
Your Honor, does the defendant have the, at this point I would ask if the defendant had the capability to turn on his video camera so that the witness would be able to verify whether the person present is or
Oh yeah, he's going to be all over that.
Mr. Gonzalez, turn on your camera, please.
Is it on? Can you see me?
No, you have it turned off, actually.
Well, it says it's on my end, but I don't see myself.
But you probably...
How's that?
There you go. There you go.
If you were to see this individual again, would you be able to recognize him?
Yes.
All right. Do you see that? If you see that person in the courtroom or on
Can I see
Zoom?
them?
Yeah.
If you were to see that person in the courtroom or on Zoom, please identify them and point out
Yes.
something that they're wearing.
Fernando Gonzalez on the Zoom screen.
Okay, I would object.
Mr. Gonzalez, thank you for turning your camera on. If you don't wish to keep it on, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but I usually like to be looking at the person I'm dealing with in court, but I do need you to take your hat off because we are in court.
I'll take my hat off for $500.
Well, then you can either take your hat off or be held in contempt of court, or you can turn your camera off. One or the other.
I'll turn my camera off. I don't like being told what to do.
Okay, very good.
May the record reflect that
he did identify. Yes.
And so you said that this traffic stop occurred northbound US 131 near the 66-mile marker?
Yes, sir.
To your knowledge, is that within the borders of Allegan County?
Yes, sir.
In the state of Michigan?
Yes, sir.
And US 131, is that a limited access highway?
Yes, it is.
Okay. His
Right.
wife
Well, Your Honor,
or
I would ask
girlfriend.
to move to admit the People's Marked Exhibit 1.
I'm going to go back and you're going to keep the live audio here, but watch this.
SCO,
His wife or girlfriend reaches in right here
257.204A
and grabs his hat. You can see the hand reach in right here with the hand. Boom. Grabs it and pulls it off his
in
head.
compliance with that statute.
Takes his hat off.
Is a certified copy of such, if I may approach.
You may.
For the record, I would state that I emailed a copy of this document to the defendant at the email address I had on file approximately 25 minutes prior to the start of
The wife is not a sob sit.
All right. Any objection to the exhibit, Mr. Gonzalez?
Hang on, he's talking to his wife.
Objection is
Give me my
admitted.
hat.
Anything further?
Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness at this point. Thank you.
Mr. Gonzalez, do you have any questions?
I would object to being identified by the witness because the name was on the screen.
Mr. Gonzalez appears not to have any questions. He's muted himself, so you may step down.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I do have a question.
All right.
How did we get this far without establishing jurisdiction?
Jurisdiction is established by the Michigan Constitution, and
did you get the paperwork?
Duly recognized court of the state. I've already ruled on that motion, sir. If you wish to address it on appeal, you're welcome to do so. We do have a jurisdiction. Any further questions of this witness? Of this witness, do you have any questions of the witness?
Of this witness? No, I don't think I do. Other than who's the injured party here? I mean, I would like to cross-examine the injured party, not the police officer that wrote the ticket.
Okay, very good. Anything else you'd like to present, Mr. Gonzalez?
Thank you.
I would like to present the documents that I emailed you earlier with.
We've already established your motion for dismissal has been denied.
What about the other
stuff? That on appeal? If you wish to address that on appeal, you're welcome to do so. I did receive your lien notice. I have no idea what that is supposed to mean. So anything else you'd like to present to the court?
Which question did you have on the document?
I don't have any questions on it.
Well, if you don't know what that document is, then maybe we should.
Well, the document, sir, the reason, well,
you're
I can tell you this.
When you don't have any.
Sir. Sir,
Your Honor,
the document.
We can't proceed.
Document.
We can't proceed without jurisdiction.
All right, I have an idea, sir. You don't interrupt me, and I'll try not to interrupt you. So go ahead and make. If you've indicated that you didn't have any questions, and that's fine. I told you the reason that in regard to that the notice of lien you sent, it's a meaningless document from a legal point of view. All right. Anything else you'd like to establish on the record?
Yeah, what about my FOIA request?
He has nothing further. You wish to sum up any arguments you have?
I object.
Mr. Duffield.
You're not letting me proceed. You're not letting me defend myself.
Sir, you're not proceeding. You keep saying you want a motion for dismissal, but I've already directed that is denied.
But I asked you, did you read the FOIA request that I just sent you a while back?
Sir, no, I did not read a FOIA request because I haven't received one. So I can tell you, and not only that, that would be irrelevant to this proceeding.
How would you know without reading it first?
Anything further?
How would you know without reading it first?
Because a FOIA request in regard to this matter, we are talking about a motion, a trial for driving with a license suspended. Do you have anything pertinent to that in regard to this trial?
Yeah, the FOIA request that I sent you. Pretty much
anything other than that, sir. I am deeming that to be irrelevant. You can take that up on appeal as well. You can take that up on appeal as well. Well, sir, we're on trial. You don't file things a moment before a trial and then expect the court to receive it. First of all, we didn't receive it. But in any event, sir, I've already made my ruling. Do you have, sir? I'm not going to argue with you. The matter that is disposed of. You can address it on appeal.
That's why we're here today, is to argue.
Sir, you can address it on appeal.
You
can address it on appeal, sir.
You want to get out of this so bad, you don't even want to fight with me on this, or what?
I don't want to fight with you at all because that's nonsense. I don't want to fight with you. I have nothing against you, sir. I'm just asking you to proceed with pertinent information.
Well, how would you know if something's pertinent if you don't look at it?
That's enough. All right. Any arguments in summation, Mr. Duffield?
Your Honor, my office's obligation is to prove the elements of this crime, each one beyond a reasonable doubt. The elements being that first, that the defendant operated a motor vehicle, which is defined under MCL 25733 as a vehicle that is self-propelled. I believe, based on the testimony, that the vehicle at issue in this case meets such a definition. Second, that the defendant was the one who operated that vehicle on a highway, US 131 being the limited access freeway, and the 66-pound marker. I believe
I object.
Is the only testimony in evidence compels that conclusion. And third, that at the time that the defendant's, at the time of the travel, or of the driving, the defendant's operator's license was suspended or revoked. We've heard testimony from the deputy that she cross-checked using the law enforcement information network which showed that the defendant had a suspended or revoked license. Further, we have since procured a copy of the Secretary of State certified driving record that the Secretary of State maintains by statute, which also shows that it has been suspended. So I believe we've met all of the elements of the crime beyond a reasonable doubt, and I would ask that the court find such. Thank you.
Any argument pertinent to the case, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yeah. I thought this case was squashed a long time ago, or else I would have prepared for trial, which I never even consented to last time I challenged jurisdiction. I should get more time to defend myself if this case is going to be going forward without me being able to defend myself. That's not fair. I thought this case was squashed the moment I sent that ticket back with all rights reserved.
Well, that's
with 72 hours.
So that is this case has been pending. This case has actually been pending since 2022.
That's not my fault.
I rescinded that is indeed your 72 hours. In any event, your guys I do find that the people have proven their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Please, Ms. Card, go ahead and. Well, okay, he stopped. I do find that he's guilty in this matter. Fines are $250. State costs $50. Court costs $200. Crime victim right fee of $75.
You don't have my consent on any of this.
And $150 in bench warrant fees.
So I want my bail back too.
That would be then a total of
$600 or $700 somewhere around there, right? $750. What?
$725, and I'll give you 90 days to take care of that. Is there bond? Is there actual bond that's been posted? We have $300 bond. We'll apply bond.
I object to that.
And we're applying it.
Bond has been applied to the fees. That lowers it to $425. What was it? You had $300 bond
for a victimless crime. That's
remaining balance of $425 is due within 90 days. We're all set. We're going to mail out the judgment to you, sir. If you wish to appeal, you're welcome to do so.
Thanks.
Exhibit, Judge.
I'm sorry?
Exhibit.
The exhibit's returned to the prosecutor.
All right.
Court's adjourned.
There you go.
Thank you.
There. Now we've got something nice to end the day on, and now we can start the music and wrap things up. All right. It never works. It never, ever, ever works. They just don't learn. All right. I'm gonna have to grab that little soundbite, and I might make it a soundbite here before we go. I think this is it. Okay. All right. Tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live again tomorrow morning. 8:45 is the start time. We'll start at 8:30. Make sure we get enough time for the birthday song and get everything underway. Remember, Wednesday, Brian Koberger gets sentenced. We're going to be covering that on Top Mark Media. Probably also pause this one to cover that as well. It shouldn't be too long. Depends if there are victim impact statements. We're going to have to see. All right. Thanks, RA mods and chat. Thank you, mods. Absolutely wonderful. As always. You guys have a good one. We'll see you in the morning. Be good. Bye-bye.